This is Connally Cadets Football, presented by Mazzana Construction, building trust with quality work since 1969. American Bank, face-to-face banking, state-of-the-art technology, local decisions. Parsons Roofing, it's not just a roof, it's our reputation. Sturdasteel spectator seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes, with design, engineering, and fabrication at sturdasteel.com.
Hold by Gaither, kick by Morales is up, the kick is up, and it is good! Overtime!
And Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, Southwest Sports Medicine.
From the 2, the snap, Gaither fumbles the snap, gets away, throws the ball in the end zone, he's got a man there! Touchdown! Touchdown! Connley wins the game!
Connally Cadets Football is also sponsored by
Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, the First National Bank of Central Texas, Petty Clinic Low T, the Willis Law Firm, Graham Properties, Richard Carr Motors, Halo Athletic Center, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, First Central Credit Union, Camille Johnson Realty, Boozer's Jewelers, Bird Culchin Ford.
Now here's David Smoke, Paul Catalina, and Craig Smoke.
All right, here we go. We're live from Mustang Stadium in Madisonville, Texas. Just under 4,500 people live in Madisonville. It's a drive that's about an hour, 40 minutes down from Waco. Center and Connley tonight in Class 4A Division II in the bi-district game. 7-3 Center, 6-3 Connley, and it's one of the better matchups in 4A Division II in a lot of places around the state when it comes to both teams with winning records. Connley, the number 2 seed in District 9 4A Division II, and Center, the number 3 seed in District 10 4A Division II. Connley behind district champion Salado, also in the playoffs, along with China Spring. Gageville's out because of a forfeit to what is the district champion in 10 4A, Carthage. And then Jasper plays China Spring tomorrow night in 4A Division II. Paul Catalina, Ryan Davis, Craig Smoke. Again, Deontay Epps is our associate producer tonight, as well as we're live at a beautiful facility, an absolutely gorgeous place, a setting where the field, the turf is like 5 or 6 years old, the new bleachers on the home side, about maybe, I think that was told, maybe 5 or 6 years old, and then everything else is very new. That's all been built within the last 10 or 15 years. Mandy Roberts just walked in to our into our booth as well. Good to see you.
Hey, nice to see you.
How you doing? Good to have you here.
Scared the bejesus out of me.
Why? Paul, that's not very nice.
No,
My
I mean,
goodness.
she was just right there behind me, creeped up on me. I don't know.
The winner of this game tonight between both Connley and Center will play the winners between Sealy and Orangefield. They're playing tonight at Huffman's Falcon Stadium, and that, of course, would be next week, but you got to win this week. And tonight, Connley, the Cadets, coming off their best performance, in fact, their best stretch of the year, even though they played really good people in La Vega and Springtown and Salado, they've been able to get not so much healthy because they've had some attrition, but they are somehow playing their best football right now.
Yeah, they are. The game against China Spring was a revelation in a lot of ways. It was a revelation for Trey Wisner, who had not broken loose yet against a quality opponent. Well, not only broke loose, he had a magnificent game. It wasn't just one play. It was several plays that he made against China Spring. Also, they came back and won a game. They hadn't done that. They hadn't come back from being down against a good team and won a game. Every time they'd gone down to a good team this year, they'd wound up losing that game. Well, they came back and beat a good team in China Spring, and they're going to need to do that if they want to advance anywhere in the playoffs.
Well, Connley, again, this is they've been under Shane Anderson. They've been in the playoffs. This is their third consecutive year. They were 8-4 a couple of years ago, lost to Pleasant Grove, 24-6. Pleasant Grove won a state championship that year. Last year they were 12-0 before they lost to Gilmer, 35-20, and then this year they open up the playoffs against Center, the Rough Riders from deep East Texas. Connley 18th playoff appearance. There's 17 wins, 16 losses, and 1 tie. The deepest they've ever run was made in 1990, went to the quarterfinal round. That team, of course, had a great run. They were 13-1 before losing to Crockett. First ever year for Connley football was in 1951. They've been 3 rounds deep. Back last year, 12-1, and then back in 2004, they lost to Palestine, and they were 9-4 that year. Meanwhile, center, their head coach is Scott Ponder in his second year. This year's team 7-3. They were 6-5 last year and beaten in a shootout by Hampshire Finette 50-42 in the by-district round. They've been in the playoffs quite a bit. In fact, they've been in the playoffs 34 times. 11 of the last 12 years. They've not rarely have they ever been able to make much of a deep run. Back 2015 under Barry Bowman, who won multiple championships at Dangerfield. They lost to Gilmer in 2015. They were 10-3, 36-21. Centers had one unbeaten team back in 1940 before you could go any deeper than just playing in the regionals. They were 11-1 in 1952. Their playoff record, 20 wins, 31 losses, and 1 tie. They're coming off a win against Rusk that got the number 3 seed, and, of course, Connley coming off the win against China Spring in overtime that secured the number 2 seed. When we come back, we're going to look at the rest of the district and also kind of how we got to this point. An entire region of 3, Region 3 in Class 4A Division 2, Paul Catalina's player profile, and my conversation with alum and Cadets head football coach Shane Anderson. This is Sikkim 365 Radio. Also, thanks to our great friends Chewy and JC and Hector and Bill McCutcheon and 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
The Sikkim 365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Boots add protection. Good boots help you climb better and move forward faster. And when your son or daughter steps into the boots of a U.S. Army officer, they also learn how to lead. In these boots, they'll gain more confidence with expert training in one of more than 150 occupational specialties. In these boots, they'll stand a little taller and lead a team with diverse backgrounds and areas of expertise to successfully accomplish whatever challenge comes next. In these boots, they'll earn respect with valuable experience from day one that will give them solid footing for success into the future. Highly qualified candidates who earn a spot on our team can receive comprehensive health care coverage, college tuition assistance, and a bonus of up to $40,000. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Ready to kick off as a first-time home buyer? Having a hard time making the first down? First Central's open door mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about mortgage refinancing? This way works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We are opening doors to home ownership at First Central.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs, even offering financing if that's needed. Everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com.
The The District 9 4A Division II update is brought to you by Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, your friend in the car business on Loop 340 and east of 84 in Waco. Come by. Let's be friends.
I mentioned this in the opening segment just to kind of reiterate. District 9 4A Division II. Salado went 5-0. Connley 4-1. China Spring was 3-2. Gageville finished at 2-3, and Jarrell 1-4, and Robinson 0-5. So the top four teams make the playoffs. Unfortunately for Gageville, and they would have opened up against Carthage, and they were huge, massive underdogs against the multi-state champion Carthage Bulldogs. They were going to play tomorrow in Athens. That game was canceled. Forfeit for Carthage moves on. Carthage is now 8-0, and in the second round of the playoffs, they've had multiple games, in fact, that have been canceled against them this year. So Carthage moves on. They'll play the winner of Silsbee and Lamarck. They're playing tonight down in Porter. At the top of the bracket in Region 3, Salado and Rusk play tomorrow at Tigerland and College Station at A&M Consolidated. The winner will get Belleville or Hardin-Jefferson. Belleville's 8-1. They play tonight in Splendora. That's the top part of Region 3. Bottom part, wow, I tell you what, West Orange Stark 7-0 against Sweeney. That's tomorrow night, at Randall Reed Stadium in Porter. The winner will get 9-1 Jasper or 7-2 China Spring. That's a really good by-district matchup. They play tomorrow night in Crockett. And the winners from those two, they move on. And Connally and Center, 6-3 Connally Cadets, 7-3 Center against either 7-2 Sealy or 4-4 Orangefield. They're playing tonight at Falcon Stadium in Huffman. That's the region that Connally is in. Salado and China Spring and more. And we're live at Madisonville. Coming up next, Paul Catalina's Connally Cadet Player Profile, and my conversation following that with Cadets head coach Shane Anderson on 106.7 FM The Eagle and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
Boozers is the wedding ring store and more. If you're ready to get engaged or already married and want to upgrade your wife's ring for a special anniversary, Boozers is the place to go. With the largest selection of premier quality diamond engagement rings and wedding rings in Central Texas. They have 7 cases with over 300 styles of rings from top designers like Natalie Kay. Choose from yellow, white, or rose gold, plus beautiful top quality loose diamonds. With an in-house jewelry, they can also custom make anything you want. Bring in a picture or drawing and let Boozers create your one-of-a-kind pendant or ring. They can even use some of your old gold and diamond jewelry to create something new. At Boozers, you'll find a great selection of quality timepieces, and Boozers is the place for expert watch maintenance and repairs, too. They specialize in expert Rolex watch repair for fine jewelry, watches, custom work, and more. Go to Boozers on Valley Mills and Lake Air Drive in Waco.
Boozers, the wedding ring store and more.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like our free First mobile app, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Tonight's Connally Cadets Player Profile is sponsored by Sturdasteel Spectator Seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes with design, engineering, and fabrication at sturdasteel.com.
Oh, by Gaither. Kick by Morales is up. The kick is up, and it is good! Overtime!
Our player profile this week is kicker Ralph Morales. Stared adversity in the face last week, and when called upon, delivered.
Most people will never know what it's like to look at that upright in a key situation, knowing that it's all on you and have to kick it through. What was that like against China Spring, and what's that like just in general?
It's scary. It's definitely scary. You know, you got the fans of the China Springs side, Connley side, and, you know, everybody's looking at you, and it's a scary situation, but in that moment, you know, you just got to kind of focus in and just do what you can do. And for me, it was just an amazing experience, you know, to be able to tie up the game to help us be able to go to overtime and win it. And just doing that in general is just the best feeling in the world.
You missed a kick earlier in the game, but you were able to clear it. Is the key for a kicker knowing that, okay, here's why I missed that kick, but not letting that kick stay in your brain?
Most definitely. It was in my head for a little bit just because I was like, dang, like this might be the reason why we lose. But, you know, my teammates were there and the coaches were there and they were just helping me, you know, realize that I'm going to get another shot. And so just in that moment, I just got to realize that, you know, it's okay. We're still, I think it was like the second quarter, so it's fine. We got plenty of game to go, and, you know, just got to clear your head, just so you know.
People are hard on kickers. People are hard on kickers because you know, they think you have one job to do, but it's tough. It's not. It's one job, but no one else can do it. Like, do you ever think about that? Like, everybody's on my, but no one else can do this.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, that's what my coach tells me every day when I mess up. You know, you got one job. I'm like, man, it's not that simple, you know? Like, you got to hit the ball a certain way. The ball has to be held a certain way. It's dang. I don't know. I wish people could just kind of understand, but that's the life I chose.
but it's a thrill, right? It's fun, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I love doing it. It don't matter because, I mean, like China Spring, when it comes to those moments, then everybody's loving me, so.
Yeah. Well, how did you come to kicking? Was this something you've done from a young age? I know soccer. What was it?
I think it was my freshman year. I was about to go into my sophomore year, and we had just lost our kicker, and so the coaches just came up to me. They asked me if I want to kick. I was like, why not? Might as well have some fun doing something. And then, I don't know, just after kicking a few balls, I fell in love with it, and that's where it all kind of started.
Do you have kickers? Do you like go and watch kickers on YouTube that you like famous kickers or anything like
that? Not really. I mean, I go on YouTube and I look up maybe some kickers. Like, let's see, who am I thinking of? Crap, I don't really know their names. But, you know, just like some kickers with some big legs, like the Kansas City Chiefs.
Butker?
Yeah, he got a great leg on him. So I watch him, see what he does, try to take some things from him, you know, to implement in the game.
Your team really seemed to come together to me. I mean, slowly throughout the season, but that China Spring game was kind of a seminal moment for you guys, wasn't it? Where it took all of you to get that done, and it really seemed to bring you together, didn't it?
Yeah, it definitely did. I mean, you know, we've had some games like that the past few years, and this year too, but I don't know, it was just something about that game. Like, you know, we realized that in order for us to be able to come out victorious, we all have to, you know, come together, no matter if you're a starter or if you just sit on the sidelines, you know, like we're all just one big team, and that's what helps us be able to win.
All right, what's the drive like when you know that, like, look, I'm probably going to have to kick something at the end of this, but you know that you have 3, 4, 5 minutes to sit and think about it and get ready? How do you pay attention to the game but also focus on getting loose?
So I would go just to the side and I'd kick a few balls here and there, keep watching the game, just see where they're at, just kind of like mentally preparing myself, you know, thinking like, okay, if I have to kick from the 40 to the 50, whatever, it's going to go through, and just you know, preparing myself for anything.
And that's our player profile of kicker Ralph Morales. David Spokes up next with head coach Shane Anderson. This is Connally Cadets Football, 106.7 The Eagle and Sikkim 365 Radio.
With a proven performance reputation spanning 85 years, Sturda Steel operates with one sole purpose, producing the highest quality seating solutions with the best and most efficient processes in the industry. With engineered, fabricated, and installed grandstands and bleachers all across North America, whether seating 50 to 50,000, the skill and versatility of our workmen are evident in the quality and precision work detailed on every bleacher and grandstand project. Sturda Steel, family owned and operated since 1934 at sturdasteel.com.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Mazzana Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Mazzana Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Mazzana, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Mazzana Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MazzanaConstruction.com.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off, and first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
This interview with Connally Cadets AD and head football coach Shane Anderson is brought to you by Parsons Roofing, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948 at parsonsroofing.com.
Connally football coach Shane Anderson with me on Sikkim 365 Radio. Did you enjoy the downtime? Did it give you a chance to kind of take a deep breath and get focused on what is now, win, or you're done?
Yeah, there's no doubt. We had a great week last week, on our bye week, and then we were able to get over there to Center on Friday night and watch those guys play in person. So, it was a productive week.
You ended on a very high note, winning those last three and being able to get yourself the momentum after the China Spring win. Did that carry over last week, and have you seen it carry over into this week?
Yeah, I think there's no doubt it carried over. Like I said before, our kids, we've been blessed here to make some runs the last couple of years. So our kids know what this time of year is about. They know what it's supposed to feel like, what it's supposed to smell like, what it's supposed to look like. They're showing up every day, really, really locked in, and really trying to make a run, and that's what it's all about.
And winning that game against China Spring set up who you play in the opening round. And Center, obviously a very talented team. They got the great back in Horace, and they got some dudes that can play. Your thoughts about what you see with them?
Very good football team. That district's a very, very tough district, a lot like ours. Their two district losses come to Jasper and Carthage. And, I think they're 7-3 overall, so they're a good football team, beat a lot of good teams, and, we're going to have to play extremely well. That running back's as good as we've played all year, and so it's going to be a challenge for us.
Yeah, and Horace is who you're talking about. They call him Red Horace. He's got nearly 2,000 yards rushing. What style of running back is he? He's also someone who's explosive as well. Yeah,
just on the hoof, he kind of reminds me of Javion Sunday. Maybe not quite as physical, a little bit more elusive, but he has some top-end speed. I think the other night against Rusk, he came in and went for 70. Then the very next time he touched the ball, went for 60. So he's an explosive kid, very hard to bring down one-on-one. You're going to have to gang tackle him. You're going to have to get a lot of people to the football.
Not that China Spring now matters, but it does in a way because that's why you're playing as the #2 seed. But your team showed something in that last game. They got behind and they didn't put their heads down. What did you find out about them in that moment? And does that carry over because the playoff games should all be tough?
Well, yeah, I think I think all of our games, especially our tough non-district. I think, the Salado loss, the come from behind win at China Spring on the road. I think all those things are gonna help us down the road. I think if we would have went through some things like that last year in 2019, we probably could have beat a Gilmer. But we're gonna line up against some really, really good football teams. Really every round of the playoffs. I mean, we're looking at the bracket a while ago, and it's unbelievable. And even Dave Campbell's guys are talking about that Region 3 and what it looks like. Obviously, Carthage is the favorite.
Sure.
And but each and every week's going to be a test.
Your passing game, which early in the year everyone knows it was almost non-existent. That game and the last couple of games, you've shown more and more the ability when you need to throw the football. I thought sometimes the things that's overlooked are the little dink out patterns that Miles caught before he caught the 2-point conversion. Do you feel more confident if you have to throw the ball?
Yeah, I think that's just part of, progressing through a season. I think being able to look up and take what they give you, and then for KG to have the confidence to reach out there and do that. I mean, he's got the freedom to throw it anytime he wants to. unless we absolutely tell him to stay with the run. And so he can throw it out there anytime he wants to, and he started doing that a little bit more. And the more success you have with that, the better off you are down the road. And I think it's going to pay off for us in the long run.
Obviously, you have to win the first playoff game to worry about anything down the road. How do you feel right now as you enter the playoffs?
Oh, we feel good. Like I said, we've been here before. Our kids have been fortunate enough to practice on Thanksgiving the last 2 years. That's one of our team goals, to make the playoffs, to practice on Thanksgiving. And then I told our kids last Monday on our bye week, guys, from here on out, I'm going to do everything as the head coach. I expect these assistants to do everything they can as assistant coach, and I expect you as a player to do everything you can to get to December. That's our goal. We want to get to December. We understand it's not going to be easy. We understand that we're going to have to play, game by game, week by week, play by play, all those cliche things. But at the end of the day, I think if we play our brand of football, we can stay healthy. We have a great opportunity.
Shane Anderson, head coach at Connley, with me, David Smoke, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Mazzana Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Mazzana Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Mazzonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Mazzana Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MazzanaConstruction.com.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims, at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs, even offering financing if that's needed. Everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com. Stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. See all the things they can achieve in our boots at goarmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
Tonight's starting lineups and injury updates is sponsored by IdealMRI.com. IdealMRI.com. Premium quality MRIs, affordable. Now that's ideal at IdealMRI.com.
We'll be back with the starting lineup, some injury updates in just a moment. Connley in center, 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Ideal MRI is a small family business right here in Central Texas. We're open to support you while lowering the cost of healthcare bills. When you need an MRI, ask your doctor for an Ideal MRI. Visit us at idealmri.com or call us at 833-IDEAL-MRI.
Let Camille Johnson Realtors guide you seamlessly through the process of buying your dream home or selling your current one. Commercial, farm and ranch, or residential, Camille Johnson Realtors can smoothly and successfully lead you through any transaction. With a team of 28 experienced agents who are excited about serving you, Camille Johnson Realtors services the entire greater Waco area. If you're in the market to buy or sell, contact Camille Johnson Realtors, 104 Midway Center in Woodway, or find them online at www.camillejohnson.com. Camille Johnson Realtors, elegant, charming, warm. Welcome home.
Sikkim 365 Radio's coverage of Texas high school football is sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans for over 50 years. J.D. Power, highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in Texas, 9 years in a row.
All right, back at Mustang Stadium, there is one change in the offense for Connley. Kobe Gray, the right tackle, is not playing tonight. Trey Walker, who's normally a tight end H-back, who wears jersey 26, is number 72, and will start at right tackle. Jermaine Spurlark, Torrey Pullen, he's also a little bit iffy because of an ankle injury, a foot injury that suffered against China Spring. And then Cody Coppin, the center, Jesse Navarez, the right guard. Bronche Miles, Trey Wisner, Parrish Cox III, the receivers, and Marcus Long will see some time as well. Quarterback Kavion Gaither, the 4A Player of the Week after the win against China Spring, and Jermone Powell, Jamari Wiggins, and Ashton Brooks Williams, the running backs. Wisner, of course, in the slot as well. And here's the kick from Gonzalez. It's a high kick, and it's caught at about the 25, 25, 30, 35, 40. Connally on the opening kickoff out near the 45-yard line. And that was Marcus Long Jr. Gaither, the senior, got another offer this week from Incarnate Word. He's now got Incarnate Word in Sam Houston State, Eastern New Mexico, Southwest Assemblies of God, and Connally averaging 33 points per game, 368.1 yards per game on offense, and they'll open up at their 45 center. They'll run a 3-man front, a 5-man front, a 4-4 stack, and Connally comes out with a spread from the 45-yard line. Snap from Kaufman with Marcus McDonald playing the H-back, 4-receiver set now, and McDonald off the left side, and Gaither off the left side and has about 8 into center territory. One official says he's down at the 46. Another one wants to give him a first down, but he was short of the first down. And now they're going to move it to the 45. That's a great mark and a gain of 10 for Gaither and a first down. T.J. Davis made the tackle.
Yeah, he had a good, generous spot there. By the way, watch the kickoffs all night tonight from center. Connally worked on a lot of different ways that center kicks the ball off.
From just inside the left hash mark at the Rough Riders 45-yard line, and Gaither again. This is off the right side, and that is a gain out down inside the 40 to the 36, and that's Marcus Long Jr. There's 9 as they hit that center defensive front. The big man inside is LaCorey Buckley, 6'1", 340-pounder. But Colton Crawford's their big player. He is an unbelievable player on the defensive end position on the near side, on the strong side for Connally, or for, center on second and a yard. Kaufman the center with Gaither in the gun by himself. 3 stacked receivers right side, and Gaither pounds it, breaks a tackle, and down inside now the 30 to the 29-yard line, and that is a gain of about 7 yards and a first down. Colton Crawford and Marquez Hall, 2 of their best players for center, make the tackle.
Interesting what we've seen. First 3 plays, the same thing. It's just Kavion Gaither going right at him. I bet you this is what they've seen as just a matchup advantage, and might as well see what you can get before you get complicated.
From the 29 of center again, 3-man front. Marquez Hall, the safety's a ball hawk for them. 3 receivers to the left side, and Gaither in the gun. Keeper right side, short side of the field, and Kavion inside the 25 to the 23. It's a gain of about 6 yards. Give him, in fact, 7. DeKylan Hoyt made the tackle. Gaither with 3 carries for 24, 33 yards, all on the ground for the Cadets, who threw the ball pretty well in that win against China Spring, and especially when they had to. Second down and a long 3. Jamarcus Ball playing left tackle. I mentioned Pullen might not play in the offensive line, and he's a little bit iffy on whether he plays defense as well. Gaither again up the middle this time and digs the head inside a big pile down close to the 20. Helmet came off. Looks like that might be from center, and that's also what looks like a first down and a gain of 4. Colton Crawford. He had 18 tackles in their win against Ruskin, 6 tackles behind the line of scrimmage, and that's a gain of 4, and Gaither with a first down.
Yeah, and they're just, nothing complex yet. They haven't thrown any, no motion, none of that stuff. It's been pretty straightforward.
Dexteria Rankin will come in as a player comes out because of the helmet issue. First down, they'll stack 3 receivers way left. And they're just doing numbers here. Gaither this time, not much room, but does break a tackle, breaks another one inside the 10. What a run from Gaither, just nudged inside the 10 for a gain of 11. And Colton Crawford, He was stopped initially and just absolutely with willpower got 11 yards and first and goal. At the 9, just over 9 minutes. Opening drive, he'll get to about 9 minutes by the time they take the snap. 5 receivers set. We have not seen this at all from Connley this year. Gaither throws it out in the flat, pass is caught. Not much room. McDonald will be hit for a loss back at the 10-yard line. A little quick out to LaMarcus McDonald. They have 3 receivers stacked one side, trying to get the numbers, but T.J. Davis, a very good sophomore, active, plays running back as well, makes the tackle.
Yeah, really interesting what we've seen from the Connally offense tonight. And maybe that's because some of it, seeing what they can get matchup-wise with playing with some backup offensive linemen.
Second and goal from right at the 10 after a loss of a yard. In fact, it's just outside the 10, and now there's movement. Did not see a flag yet. Not sure if there ever was one. I'm not sure if Connally jumped. Bronche Miles, of course, you always think it's the opposite, your opponent. You're going to bring in Jermone Powell. Marcus McDonald will come out as well. He's been in that receiver. This is going to be against Connally, and this has been an issue on occasion, and usually with them, unfortunately, once they get 1, they'll get 3, and so now it's first and goal from the 15-yard line as Connally, what a really nice opening drive, but they do false start, and now you're probably going to have to run it with Gaither or Wisner to get a big chunk, Powell in the game, and possibly throw it as well. Back to 2 backs to the left and right of Gaither, and they give it to Wisner. Wisner with a nice move, stiff arm, and brought down for a loss at the 15-yard line. That's an impressive defensive effort by center Jason Callaway, who's a receiver as well on offense. And Wisner, who can normally bounce it outside, got tangled up and just got nothing. And that's a big-time play for center, and it's third and goal from just outside the 15.
Well, the key to stopping Trey Wisner is just keep pushing him to the sideline. Use that as your ally and fill those empty areas, and that's what center did on that play.
They'll go H-back with De La Fuente. Powell is to the left of Gaither, and now they have to the near side, that's Wiggins. Gaither wants to keep it off the left side, and he doesn't get much. Got about to the 10, and it looks like it might be time for Ralph Morales, who kicked that field goal to tie the game and send the game into overtime in the clutch as the time ran out against China Spring. Marquez Hall made the tackle. So, again, it was first and goal, Connally at the 9. Now they'll settle for a field goal attempt. This will be from 27 yards out. Gaither got about 5 on the play. Had 44 yards on 6 carries on the drive. He'll kneel. E.J. Torres Luna with the snap. The snap, looks like someone jumped off sides. No flags, and there's Morales with the kick, and the kick is up, and it is good. And it's 3-0 Connally with 6:56 to go in the opening quarter. They got something out of it, and Ralph Morales drilled that, and that would have been good from pretty much 35 or maybe 40. So, 6:56 to go first quarter. Connally 3, center nothing. Sikkim 365 radio and 106.7 FM, the Eagle.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Ralph Morales will kick off for Connally at his own 40. Doesn't seem to be any wind at all. It's been a warm week. It's a warm night. Craig Smoke with our Texas Tour Gear sideline reports. We'll have him throughout the night as well. Ryan Davis, our spotter. Deontay Epps, our associate producer. Paul Catalina Color and David Smoke with you on 106.7 FM, the Eagle, and also Sikkim 365 radio. There's a line drive squib kick that's picked up by Hall at the 15, at the 20. This guy has 2 kick returns for touchdowns. Now turns the corner, 35-40, and Hall gets loose outside the 40 and finally brought down in a scrum, and he's really never brought down. In fact, they still say he's not down. At the 40, what a run by Marquez Hall. I thought he was down, forward movement, and he gets out to the 45, and that's not at all. Very good effort by Connally on the kick return coverage. Craig Smoke down to you, 3-0 Connally. Nice drive, but the penalties hurt him.
Yeah, kind of the same story that's plagued them at times this year, but it was an impressive drive nonetheless. I mean, give center credit for clamping down, but Connally showed that it can move the football a bit and just have to finish off drives. But that was an impressive kick return. He showed some patience before really hitting his stride, and then once he got that opening, he hit the the speed.
Kia Madre Red Horace, the running back, bounces left, cuts it back inside in a nice open field. Actually, it was not open field, but it might as well have been. Kavion Gaither stopped Horace for no gain at the 45. He has 1,941 yards and 29 touchdowns. It is career 5,045 yards rushing, 67 touchdowns, 65 of them on the ground. It's second down. They give him about a yard. No, it's going to be 2nd and 10 as Horace gets no gain. Great job by Gaither to get at his feet. It's a big, strong running back, too, a 6'1", 200-pound senior.
Yeah, they gave him about a football. That's about all he got.
From the 45, the snap. This is Horace again. This time he's got room 50, 45, sideline, and knocked down inside the 35 of Connley. Boy, he got there in a hurry at the 34-yard line. That's a 21-yard pickup, and Trey Wisner may have saved the touchdown.
And you can see why Shane Anderson had some nerves about this game in particular when you've got a running back like Kia Madre Horace right there.
Trey Walker again playing defensive tackle as well, wearing that 72. Normally as a defensive end, they put Ashton Brooks-Williams in the middle, and then Aquavion Weathers and David De La Fuente are the defensive end. They've lost a lot of weight with pulling out so far tonight. This is first down. This is Horace again, and almost got to the second level, but someone tripped him up at the 32-yard line of Connally. Nice job. That's a gain of 3, actually officially 2. Nice job on the tackle that time by Connally, and he got down to the 30, but that's 2 yards, and you have to get him quick. He's not just thick, but he also has tremendous speed.
Guys, you got to wonder already. I mean, they had a 10-play drive there that only resulted in a field goal. You don't want to give up a touchdown right away.
So here's a flag down. There's procedure. And it's going to go against, it looks like against center. So Connley had a really nice drive. And they get the 5-yard procedure call on 1st and goal at the 10. Center with a nice drive, and they have a 5-yard procedure call, so 2nd down and 13 at the Connley 37-yard line. Up front, again, they've had to move people around because of Poland's leg injury and lower leg injury. Ashton Brooks-Williams, at 175-pound junior, is playing tackle. Walker, a 200-pound senior, playing tackle, and now they want to throw Hanson. Over the middle, man is open, but he overshoots Hall. Good coverage there by Marcus Long Jr., but he did have Marquise Hall open if the ball would have been thrown correctly. Wisner was down there as well with the receiver, and Hanson will throw it a little bit this year. He's thrown for 1,317 yards, 16 touchdowns. Not much of a runner. He's big, thick at 6'3", 230, a junior. 3rd and 13 center at the Connley 37-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. They give it to Horace off the right side, and Horace makes one man miss, and a great job by LaMarcus McDonald to wrestle him like he's in a rodeo at the 33. He got about 4, and Horace was 1 missed tackle by McDonald away from bringing a problem, and you'd think too far away for any field goal here. In fact, when I talked to Scott Ponder, their head coach, he goes, we don't keep our kicking stats. So Horace gets 4, and it's 4th down here, center, at the Connley 33. This is possibly a 7-point play.
Yeah, do you think there's a kicking stats because he didn't like to kick?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of teams go for 2, and they don't keep up with it. Play clock's inside 10. I think Ponder's going to take a timeout, the head coach. He went to high school at Tenahall. He takes a timeout. It's 3-0 Connley. 4th and 9 center at the 33 of Connley. 4:19 to go first quarter. This is 106.7 FM, The Eagle and Sikkim 365 Radio.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Yes, you can. Score big at First Central Credit Union. With a First Central debit or ATM card, you can deposit cash, up to 50 bills or checks at our local ATMs 24/7. Touchdown. Yes, you can. On your own time at First Central's enhanced ATM. Everything we do for you. Open an account online at firstcentralcu.com.
Subject to membership eligibility. Member NCUA.
Thanks to Masonic Construction, Sturda Steel, Graham Properties, Parsons Roofing, and American Bank, the core sponsors of Connley football on Sikkim 365 Radio, and the First Central Credit Union, as you just heard, on 106.7 FM. Thanks to Chewy and Hector, JC. Boy, they've been fun to work with throughout the year. Hopefully you have some weeks left. 4th and 9 center from the 33, and in the shotgun, Hansen. No pressure. Over the middle, man. Wide open, Hall. At the 10, touchdown, Rough Riders. Hansen had no pressure, and Marcus Hall with a wide open on a post at about the 15-yard line, and he just went in almost untouched in a huge fourth down conversion. And center answers the field goal, and now up 6-3, extra point to come. Yeah. He was dead wide open.
Yeah, Craig, he just ran right down the middle of the field on that post route.
Yeah, center's not a team when they get off the bus that you go, ooh, or anything like that. Connally actually is. They've got some good-looking athletes. But center, I'll tell you what, they have some speed. And, a lot of it on display right there. Just a breakdown by the Connally defense, and they're trying to figure it out as they head back towards the sideline.
Hall, by the way, has 26 catches for 187 yards. That is his third touchdown. Hansen's now 17th touchdown pass of the year. And Connally, after a nice start, had to settle for a field goal, and they give up a 4th and 9. That's a proud defense, despite what they gave up a bunch of points in that shootout with China Spring. Back in a moment on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Graham Property Company will give you the best opportunities and services to navigate and achieve your real estate goals. At Graham Property Company, we strive to establish lasting relationships built on service and performance. Whether you are buying, leasing, selling, or investing, our real estate portfolio and expertise can facilitate your needs no matter what real estate or property need you may encounter. Graham Property Company, property sales, acquisitions, leasing, and management at GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
Gonzalez kicking off for center for the second time. And last time, great field position for Connally. And this is Long again at about the 23, at the 25. Long comes to the near side, gets a block 30, 35 Long, and he will get out to about the same spot at the 45. So Connally trying to take advantage of great field position. 45 yards on the first drive, 46-yard line here, and Marcus Long Jr. took that at the 24 and gets out to the 46. And, of course, Hall had the long return to set up center, and then the long catch and run, and he was wide open. And the key to the whole thing, though, was that Hansen had no pressure whatsoever on the defensive front from Connally.
You do have to wonder, though, Smokey, that false start, it cost Connally. It did not cost center.
Yeah, it does, and, of course, it's been an issue at times for Connally. They'll stack it up a little bit more with De La Fuente off the left-hand side. Gaither keeps. He's got a huge gap. 50, 45, out of bounds at about the 40 of center. They'll say the 40-yard line. T.J. Davis, and again, he's just a sophomore. 5'9", 175-pound sophomore. He's down to the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 14 yards for Kavion.
Yeah, and Kavion Gaither's been running well. In fact, that's the only play that's worked for them so far tonight.
But the key to this team being explosive is when Wisner can get loose, and we saw that finally against China Spring after 3 weeks of not much against the quality of competition. De La Fuente stops in motion right side at the 40, and here's Gaither again right side. Kavion, sideline, 40-30, first out inside the 30. Boy, they found something off that right side. T.J. Davis again with a tackle, and it's a gain of 11 yards and a first down. Gaither now with 8 carries for 69 yards here in the opening quarter with 3:49. Clock stopped. He was out of bounds. 7-3 center in their purple and gold trim, white jerseys, the purple pants and the purple helmet. Connally with their mainly blue, and of course the white and silver trim. Gaither with Powell to his left on first down at the 29 of center. Powell this time up the middle, makes the first man miss, and he leans inside the 25 to the 24. Tackled by Colton Crawford. That's a gain of about 4.5, 5 yards, and they give him 4, second down and 6. Jermone Powell this year for Connally has 297 yards on 39 carries and a couple of touchdowns. He's got 2 catches for 22 yards, and he's to the right of Gaither. Gaither, keeper right side, makes the first man miss again. Kavion inside the 20. Boy, he made a defensive lineman look silly down to the 17, and that's a gain. Callaway of about 11 yards.
Smokey, I just want to point out that the false start killed a drive in which that's all they had to do to get down the field. If they don't get the false start, then this is what they can do. The center's done nothing to stop that particular play.
From the 17-yard line, after Gaither got 11, in motion, De La Fuente. Right side is Powell. And here's Gaither again, keeper. This time, And this is kind of what happens. It's like saying, here comes a flag down at the end of the play, and I don't know if that's a face mask against center or not. That came from the referee. It's a Tyler Chapter, Colton Crawford, and Jermaine Preston on the tackle. And that's what center's also done. They've gotten a little bit tighter when you get inside the red zone. Official referee is Todd Theeney. That's a Tyler Chapter. A good friend of mine, Jason Waller, is the umpire, and they're moving center backwards. Head linesman Alvin Wright. It's a face mask against center. Michael Johnson, the line judge. Back judge Biff Williams. Andrew Chestnut, the field judge, and side judge is John Sharp. That's half the distance down to the 8-yard line. That's an 8-yard face mask penalty against center after Gaither lost a yard. From inside the 10, they've been here before. Wisner to the left, Pohl to the right. Wisner up the middle, he will score. Touchdown, Connley. Trey Wisner, like a bullet, as I've said before, through a keyhole. And Connley responds to retake the lead. 9-7, extra point to come.
Yeah, and you see Trey Wisner, when he gets that first step, you're not going to get him.
No.
But sometimes if you can string it out, you can slow him down. But he got the first step there.
He did, and they found something again off what is the left side of the center defensive line. Torres Luna wearing a different jersey as well today. There's the snap. Gaither with the hold, the kick by Morales. And you cannot ever underestimate the field goal he did at the end of regulation to force overtime at China Spring from 32 yards out. Kick is good. 2:33 first quarter. It is Connally 10, center 7. Still some discussion on the field. This is 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be part of the Waco community. We're a small family business here in Central Texas. At times like this, the cost of healthcare has never been more important. And unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. And that's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through this difficult time. So if you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. You can schedule online in minutes at idealmri.com or call 833-IDEAL-MRI.
Couple of six-man games underway. Strawn 32-0 early against Walnut Springs. Calvert leads Dime Box 38-0. Scores on my homepage at Smoky.com. Also here it's 10-7 Connley. They've scored on both drives, and that, again, all on the ground, with most of it being Kavion Gaither.
Yeah, it was a 6-play, 58-yard drive. It took 1:49 off the clock.
So here is kicking off Morales. Connley offensively has been averaging on the ground. That's pretty much their bread and butter. They've been averaging 310 yards per game on the ground, almost 60 yards a game passing, which has gone up. Here's a little squib kick, a really high bounce, picked up by Hoyt, and he'll have great field position, but it's not the bounce that you're expecting. You're hoping for one of those really short, like, bop, that kind of can hit off of somebody's shin. And Hoyt with a nice job to the 47. I guess neither one of these teams care about where the other one starts with field position.
Clearly not.
Not a drive has started inside their own 45 yet.
Yeah, clearly not. I think what you want on that squib kick is the up back who caught it to let it go past him, because he's usually not supposed to touch it.
Torrey Poland has checked in to give Connley some beef up front. Let's see how well he can move around. There's Hansen out in the flat. Pass is caught. Really nice job by Torres Luna to wrap him up. And maybe lost a yard on a little quick flip out in the flat. And that was Kia Madre Horace out of the backfield, a lost a yard back to the 46. So they do the same thing. They do throw the ball deep. They obviously can, because they did on the 4th and 9 for 30-something for the touchdown. 2nd down and 11. Horace to the left of Hansen. 2 receivers each way right hash. And here's the snap and hold off. Here goes Horace. He might be gone. Gaither has to try to chase him down, and he will not. 2 plays, touchdown. 54 yards. He made Kavion Gaither look like he was starting to slow down at about the 20. He just had nothing, and he was giving it everything he had. Wow, explosive start. This young man can flat out fly. He's now over 2,000 yards rushing. And center with 2 huge plays to rip that Connley defense. Extra point Gonzalez, snap, hold by Hansen, kick is up, and it is good. Center 14, Connley 10, minute 45 still to go in the first quarter on Sikkim 365 Radio, 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
Car has the trucks, man, they have the one for you. Crew cab, short or long bed, silver, black or blue. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, he has the truck for you. Carr has the trucks, man, he has the truck you need. If you want the best truck, you want a GMC. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, they have the truck for you.
You know, this is a Connley defense that has been very proud of what most of the year they really, no one, Salado, even Salado in that game with Salado, the district champions, that was 20-15. They held La Vega to 13, Springtown to 7. They gave up 25 in the opener against Sunnyvale, but the 46-45 overtime win against China Spring just turned into a shootout because you had to do that, and they have given up 2 huge plays early against this explosive center speed. And here's Long again. He dropped it at the 25, now picks it up and in trouble. Gets loose 30. Here comes Marcus outside the 30. Got away maybe with a block in the back out to the 32-yard line. Or was Marcus Long again. And so Connally will start with their 32-yard line and down 14-10. They have been averaging on defense, only allowing 234.9 yards per game. 19.7 points per game, and center has 14 in the first 11 minutes of this game.
Yeah, center's got a big play offense, an absolute home run hitting offense.
Gaither with both Wisner and Powell to his left and his right, and Kaufman with the snap. This is Powell left side, and he'll get out close to the 35 for about 3. Keeps pushing that pile to the 36. And these two teams were chirping before the game. I mean, they really were. They were going at each other. Chase Atkinson made the tackle and a gain of 4 for Jamone Powell. There was a lot of chirping, and everything was in good faith. I mean, it was nothing like you didn't want to see, and they're both coming at each other fast. Second down and 6, Connally. Ball the left guard, not pulling. From the 36 on second and 6, down 4, 14-10. Here is Wisner, turns the corner, Trey, and he cannot break the tackle at about the 39. That's a really nice tackle by Jason Callaway. Ooh, they're going to give him the 38, and only the 38. I thought he was leaning to the 39, almost got to the 40, and so Wisner is tackled very tough at the 38 for a gain of about 2. Here's a big 3rd down and 4 right now, especially when your defense has given up big plays already in the first quarter. Wisner has 9 yards, 8 yards on the touchdown run. Here's 3rd and 4. 3-man front from center. And Gaither, you think this might be a keeper by Kavion, and it is off the left side. Turns the corner 40, bounces outside and dives to the 45. They'll say the 44 at a first down, and that's a gain of 6.
Yeah, you need a big play. You go to the bread and butter.
6 yards for Kavion Gaither. A tackle made by Jermaine Preston. And this defense for center, they make a lot of changes, and they also have a lot of different moving parts. I've seen them a little bit. That's going to end the first quarter as well. 14-10 center. Connally with a first out at their 44 when we come back. This is Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 FM. The Eagle, KIXT, The Eagle, your only classic rock station in Waco, Texas.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the team physicians for Baylor Athletics, specializing in diagnosis and treatment of any and all sport-related injuries, celebrating over a decade of service to Central Texas. They tackle all surgical and non-surgical problems that arise from an active lifestyle. Trust the doctors that Baylor trust, and when injuries sideline you, don't wait for Monday. Join us at 8:30 on Saturday mornings for a post-game injury evaluation clinic. Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. We get you back in the game.
The presenting sponsor of Connally Cadets football is Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. Trust the doctors who Baylor trusts. We help you get back in the game.
Thanks to Cameron Caulfield, Matt Rohr, the great folks at Southwest Sports Medicine. Also thanks to Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans for over 50 years. McLennan County agents and locations. Mike Garrett, Carl Ellis, Jimmy Green, Bubba Galvan. We appreciate all of them. Connally at their 44, first down after the run by Gaither. Man in motion, De La Fuente off the left hash to the right-hand side. Looks like center wants to blitz, and they do. Here's a handoff to Powell. He leans out to the 46 for 2. 2nd and 8, DeKylan Hoyt.
And it looks like we got a Connally player down for their offensive lineman struggling to get up. That's Spurlark.
Well, that's unbelievable because they already have Poland, who is iffy. Kaufman, they weren't sure if he was going to play tonight. Gray's not playing tonight. And Jermaine Spurlark, their left tackle, 6'1", 280-pound senior. In fact, they put 60 on what is normally 32 E.J. Torres-Luna because they needed to have another person with an offensive line number tonight. And Spurlark is down at about the 46 of center. Got 2 in its 2nd and 8. Back in a moment on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Experience award-winning service and expert advice on Ram at Allen Samuels. We'll make sure your Ram experience is everything you expect and more. Now, during the Black Friday sales event, new 2020 Ram Lone Stars feature employee pricing for all, plus 0% for 84 months or up to $3,750 in values. Get an additional $1,000 if you own a competitive brand. No trade-in required. Ram from Allen Samuels.
Jermaine Spurlock limping as he comes off the field. He's just now getting to what is the near side hash. But the good news, he's not having anyone help him. He did get up, and they'll have to have Jesse Navarez, who's been playing right tackle. Ball is left guard. Navarez now moves to left tackle, and the moving musical chairs in the offensive line of a team that has run the ball as well as Connley has. And Torrey Poland now will come in. Remember, they weren't sure if he was going to play tonight, and he will play, and he'll be on the right side at guard. 2nd and 8 after Powell picked up 2, and Gaither in the gun. Gaither, keeper on the right side, has room 50, and Bulls down close to the 46-yard line. They'll say he's a yard short of the first down. He got 7. That's a hard run from Kavion Gaither. Marquez Hall made the tackle.
Yeah, that's just what he does, Smokey. I mean, hard runs.
And he took off at about midfield and almost launched himself to a first down. Right behind, they just put Poland in at right guard. It's 3rd down and a yard at the center 47. 3-man tight front from center. Kavion right side, first down. Inside the 45 to the 44 for 3, but got what he needed, and Marquez Hall makes the tackle again. How many times have we mentioned him on both sides of the football?
Yeah, he's an excellent player. Fun to watch.
95 yards on 12 carries for Kavion Gaither, the senior quarterback, who was monstrous in the win against China Spring, and he is usually when Connally does win. So first down, this De La Fuente will stop off the left hip of Navarez, and this is Kavion left side. Powell, room 40, inside the 40, down to the 38-yard line. Jake Leiker, the outside linebacker for the Rough Riders, and a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down and 4 at the center 38-yard line. 14-10 center with 10:30 to go second quarter. Well, we've seen Jermone on a couple of occasions get so close, and as he gets a little bit better, so close to breaking one, and that was another one right there. 2nd down and 4, right in the middle of the field, and De La Fuente will go in motion, stop off the right hip of the right tackle, Walker. Kavion to Powell off the right side. Jermone slides to the 35. It got about 2. Give him 3, and here's another 3rd down and short. Colton Crawford and Jason Calloway on the tackle for center. 3rd and a yard.
And Connolly's been able to manage this for the most part outside of getting a false start penalty. So if they do what they're supposed to do here, they should be able to move the ball.
Gaither in the gun. Powell to his right. Wisner in the slot right. On 3rd and a yard from the center 34. Kavion right side has room. Breaks the tackle. Keeps carrying a couple of Rough Riders to the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 11 yards. Actually give him 12. And Gaither over 100 yards. Davis made the tackle for center with DeKylan Hoyt. 107 yards for Kavion on 13 carries. They'll bring out, Poland will check out, and so will De La Fuente. And they rotate there. And Spurlark is back in the game at left tackle. And so now Ball back in the game. They move Navarez to right guard. From the center, 25. Wisner, right side, up the middle. Trey. Got about 3, and it's good for him. He needs to have some of those in-between tackles where he has to grind it a little bit. He got only 3. 2nd and 7, Gibson made the tackle. Cole Crawford made the tackle.
Well, and one would think that next year that's going to be his role, is to grind the ball out a little bit more.
So it's 8 minutes, 45 seconds, second quarter. 14-10 Center. They've scored on both, but everyone scored on every possession. Connally had one where they settled for a field goal. From the 21-yard line of Center, Wisner to the left hip of Gaither. They got some mix-up in the backfield, and they lost a yard. Boy, somebody went the wrong way. Wisner went right. Powell went left. They almost collided. And now it's 3rd and long as Jamarcus McCollister and Chase Atkinson make the tackle at the 22. A loss of a yard and 3rd down and 7.
Yeah, you would think this is 4-down territory here, Smokey.
Well, it most likely will be. But at the same time, they're lucky that wasn't a fumble because Gaither had 2 guys crisscrossing in front of him, and Shane Anderson's going to let the clock run down. Craig Smoke, that was a mix-up, and that's why you also end up losing a yard.
Yeah, that was a very dysfunctional-looking play, and, he cut it up, and when he cut it up, it wasn't like he was cutting it up into a hole. He cut it up right into a wall of center defenders, and just all momentum stopped. So kind of a bizarre play. Clearly something went wrong, which they can discuss here as they call a timeout and try to figure out how to take advantage of this situation.
And what we've seen from Center is usually when you get around that 20, they seem to start tightening up a little bit on their defense. It's 3rd down and long, 3rd and 7 at the 22-yard line of Center. Timeout Connally as they let the clock go down as far as they could. 7:45 to go in this second quarter. This is a spectacular venue. Rusty Nell, the athletic director, longtime, was a head coach, won a state championship at Mart. Russell Urbanky is the football coach. Hiram Harrison's their boys basketball coach. I've known Hiram. He was a great basketball player at Stephen F. Austin, the Lumberjacks, back when I was in school and even covering them. And so, this is a great facility. We were trying to think about this. You have, obviously, Midway, and not including McLean Stadium, but Midway, Temple, and then Leo Buckley and Waco ISD. This is right the next level, and I don't know who else would be at this level around the area. 3rd down and 7. Gaither with Powell to his left, 2 receivers, Wisner in the slot, and Gaither on a keeper. Powell, block, 20. Gaither leans to the 16, but still about a yard and a half short. Preston made the tackle. Craig, you're right there in front of where they landed and where they spotted him at the 16.
Yeah, he got brought down pretty clearly about a yard shy, so looks like Connally will go for it here, and why not, obviously. So big play coming up early in this ball game.
You got to snap it, you got to catch it, and you got to block. It's 4th and a yard at the center 16. And I don't even know if it's a full yard, but you got to get a yard to keep the drive alive. Gaither in the gun. He'll stand at the 20. Gaither right side, up the middle, and leans inside the 15 to the 13 and a 1st down, and Buckley made the tackle. It wasn't easy, but he got what he needed.
You know what, though? That's almost a better play to me a lot of times than like a 40 or 50-yard run because you knew it was coming there, and Connally executed it.
They'll bring out Jamari Wiggins. Wiggins also playing, has been linebacker. Now he's one of the backup safeties. It gives him some depth right there. And Parrish Cox III is in the game. He's being defended by Gibson on the far side. Gibson's on the near side with Bronche Miles, who caught the 2-point conversion to beat China Spring. 1st down to the 13 of Center. Kaufman the center. Snap to Gaither. Gaither up the middle. Jermone slides and leans inside the 10 to the 7. And he got about 7. A tackle made by LaCorey Buckley. That's a nice run by, again, Powell up the middle. He kind of just he found a way to get through it. Now they'll bring Navarez is coming out, and Torrey Poland is back in. And Connally is having to play musical chairs, as I mentioned earlier, in the offensive line. This is 2nd and 3 at the center 7-yard line. De La Fuente, the H-back left side, just inside the left hash. Here's Gaither, pump, gets loose, right, 5, inside the 5, leans, touchdown! Wow! His body somehow found a way to stay off the ground and scored as he turned and slammed the ball across the goal line. Touchdown Gaither, touchdown Connally, and they're back in front 16-14.
Yeah, and that was really a fantastic drive, Smokey. 13 plays. They got the ball back at the end of the first quarter. It's already halfway through the second quarter. That was excellent way to rebound off those big plays.
Torres Luna will be the snap, and Gaither will the hold. He'll kneel at the 10. Center jumps early. Here's the snap and the kick, and good by Morales. And it's 17-14 Connally. Back and forth. Couple of haymakers, but mainly just both teams playing really good on offense. 5:52 to go in the half. Connley 17, Center 14. We're live in Madisonville, 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Masonic Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Masonic Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Masonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Masonic Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MasonicConstruction.com.
Back at Mustang Stadium, there have been 5 possessions in this game, and there have been 5 scoring drives. Connally, 2 touchdowns and a field goal to lead 17-14. Centers had the ball twice and scored on a 4th and 9, and then also on a 54-yard run by Red Horace, their star running back.
How about this, Smokey, for a drive? 13 plays, 68 yards. That took 7 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock.
If you know you can do that every time, you do it because you keep the dynamic weapons off the field for center. Here's the kick by Morales. This is deeper, and it is touched inside the 15, picked up by Davis. At the 15, he's in trouble. A form tackle, perfect form tackle, inside the 15 by Isaiah Stevens. And center will start, and they'll give him the 15-yard line, and I'm not so sure he ever got to that point, as he was in jail right there, had nowhere to go, and a great job by Connally to make sure, and Davis had that kind of go off his forearm and picked it up and had to try to return it, and Rough Riders will start at the right hash on the 15-yard line down 3. They have not blinked, by the way. Anytime that Connally has scored, they've come right back with it. This is 85 yards away, and Horace to the right of Hansen. 4 receivers set, 2 each way. And Hansen, low snap, bobbles it, now in trouble. He runs to the right side, and he gets around the corner and somehow got about 3 or 4 yards. Man, well, he got loose, and I don't know how he did out to the 18-yard line, tackled by both Parrish Cox and Trey Wisner.
You know,
2nd and 7.
I mean, he's, 6'3", 230. He's a big dude, so he's going to be tough to bring down.
Yeah, if you're going to go down at his ankles, you better get him. You better get him a little bit higher than that, try to knock him off his feet. 2nd and 7. He got 3 out of what could have been a disaster in the backfield for center, as that snap blew up what looked like a handoff, to Diamadre Horace. Horace to the left of Hansen, 2nd down and 7. Hansen out in the flat, little pass, caught, and a great hit immediately at the 17-yard line. Boy, somebody came up and forced that tackle, and that might have been Marcus Long. Jacavius Polk on the catch out to the 17. He lost a yard.
Yeah, Connolly's an excellent tackling team. If you're gonna score on them, you have to do what center's already done, which is get out and make big plays and get away from them. If you're in their grasp, they're going to get you.
It's a huge field position play. 3rd and 7. They gave him back to where he was after the run by Hansen. 3rd and 7, center at their 18. Left hash, 4 receivers set. Horace to the right of Hansen. And Hansen wants to throw a quick out, and the pass is caught. Diving catch for a 1st down at the 26-yard line. Tremendous catch by Marmar Evans. That's a sophomore, and it continues the drive.
Yeah, that was a really great catch. He was running a stop route to come back to the ball, and the ball was a little away from him, and Marmar Evans just went out and got it.
Tremendous catch by Evans. He has 5 touchdown catches this year. Keeps the drive alive. It quieted this Connally crowd for now. At the 26, Hansen throws the deep fade, got a man wide open and out of bounds. Gotten around Stevens that time, and that was Marmar Evans again. The 6 foot, 165-pound sophomore, but Stevens was there as well, but got a step on him, but he threw it to the outside, which is you want to do that if in case a safety was there who wasn't, but he threw it out of bounds, and it's 2nd and 10. This is 1st incompletion after 4 straight, including the touchdown on 4th down to Marquez Hall. 2nd and 10, center at their 26, down 17-14 to the Cadets. Snap, here's Horace up the middle, and they got him at about the 30. It's almost like if he gets 3 or 4, you're okay with it, because a 54-yarder killed you. Gaither and Brooks Williams on the tackle. Here comes 3rd and 6, and center has not yet been stopped at all.
Well,
except that one third down that they scored on fourth.
You just don't want Horace on that second level.
No.
If he's into the linebackers, he's probably already got you.
Walker is in the game. Ashton Brooks-Williams out on 3rd and 6. Hansen in the gun with Horace to his left at his own 30, 17-14. There's movement early. There's a flag, and they're going to bring this one back. The 3 receivers on this near side, Hall, Johnson, and also Jake Morris were all like almost a Canadian Football League deal, and that's going to cost the Rough Riders 5 yards. So it's now 3rd down and 11 instead of 3rd down and 6. Back to the 25-yard line. That's the second penalty against center. Actually, they have 2 false starts, and they had the face mask call that gave Connley 1st and goal before Wisner scored. 3rd and 11. Hansen now with 3 receivers to this side, and he looks this way, and here's a flag. No, here's a penalty. No, a timeout. Connley calls a timeout. Shane Anderson, a little gun-shy after that 4th down completion. Cadets call timeout, 17-14. Connley, 3:07 left to go in this first quarter. Second quarter, here at Madisonville. Back in a moment, 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
Baylor commit Jordan Jenkins and Lindale lead against Vider in the halftime in a 4A game, 14-7. We'll update you. The winner of this game will get either Sealy or Orangefield, and Sealy's up 14-0 first quarter. So 3rd and 11 after the timeout. God, that second quarter's been wiped out by that long, great drive by Connley after that first quarter was such a constant back and forth. Hansen wants to throw a deep out, caught by Marmar, but the pass is caught right at the 35 and a little bit short of the first down at the 34. 4th and 2 center at their 34, and another great catch on a diving effort by Evans at the 34-yard line and a gain of 9.
Just a sophomore.
Yeah, but you can see what he's all about. That's 2 catches under the clutch. Here's 4th and 2. Center, 2:35, clock running down, 17-14 to the Cadets of Connley. Shane Anderson pacing the sideline. He looks at his defensive coordinator as they try to find something here. Clint Clayton, and here comes center. Now they're going to call timeout. When you've got Red Horace, you probably feel pretty good about anything. Timeout, center, 4th and 2. Rough Riders at their own 34, 2:24 to go in the half. Connley up 3. This is Sikkim 365 Radio, 106.7 KIXT, 106.7 The Eagle.
Waco's newest gym, Halo Athletic Center, 5725 Bagby Avenue, right behind Region 12 and across the highway from the Central Texas Marketplace, where motivation, inspiration, and hard work are the driving force. State-of-the-art equipment, indoor and outdoor track, locker rooms, showers, yoga and bar classes by Duality Yoga, Bod Pod potty composition analysis, and registered dietitians, all under one roof, where we rise above. Come join the Halo Athletic Center and be a part of the change, your change.
Thanks to Alfredo, thanks to Dominique, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, one of our title sponsors and presenting sponsors of high school coverage on Sikkim 365 Radio. So it's 4th and 2 center. Horace and center at their own 34. Hansen the quarterback, and it looks like they're going to go for it. 4 receivers, 2 each way, left hash. 4-man front for Connley after the timeout. Here's the handoff. The Horace off the right side, skips away, has a first down outside the 30, close to the 36, and has the first down, it appears. Connley, nope, they're going to give him the first down. And there was somebody at his feet, LaMarcus McDonald, but not enough. And just enough, and that was Horace being just a blue-chip type player to pick that up.
Yeah, I thought for a second they might have gotten him in the backfield, but Keandre Horace, I mean, he's just
heavy enough. He's 210.
Yeah, he's not just gonna go down.
First down, and the Rough Riders say, hey, we're gonna go for it on 4th down at our 34, and they get it. Under 2 minutes left now. Hansen throws deep middle, man open again, and overthrows his intended receiver, but pretty good coverage actually from Long, and they were looking for Hall again on a play similar to what they scored on. And it's 2nd down and 10. They're not afraid to throw it over the middle deep. Evans to the sideline. And it's 2nd down and 10. Center and Connley in a great first half. 17-14. Cadets lead by 3 over the Rough Riders from East Texas. Hansen's now thrown 8 passes. He's 5 of 8 for 49 yards. The 34-yarder to Hall on the 4th down for the conversion and the score. 2nd and 10. Horace to his left. 3 receivers right. Left hash. Snap. Horace up the right side, bounces outside left, and they knock him down for a short gain out to the 39, the 40, for about 4 yards. 2nd and 6, E.J. Torres Luna and De La Fuente there. Clock now becoming a factor with 1:40 to go in the half and running.
Yeah, and neither team's been, careful with their timeouts. I mean, the center
has 2 left.
Yeah.
Connally used theirs on that one play on the 3rd down when Shane Anderson said, wait a minute, 3rd down from the 40 and 6. Here's Horace. Up the middle. Horace bounces outside, and he gets loose again. Ball's loose, and Hansen trailing the play recovers for a 1st down. How about that? Horace had the ball come loose, and Hansen jumped on it. That's a gain of 7 at the 47-yard line and a 1st down.
And a fortuitous 1st down at that.
And Hansen, and when he did come down with it, he was still over the line of scrimmage to gain at the 47. What a huge break for the Rough Riders. 1:10, clock running. Hansen, gun, Horace to his right. They want to throw it deep again. They got a fade down the left sideline and nowhere close. Stevens, really good job of kind of directing Marmar Evans to kind of have to go a little bit farther outside than he wanted. 2nd and 10.
So, okay, this drive started at the 15, 4.5 minutes ago, more than that, and they've run 13 plays and haven't crossed the 50.
Yeah, that's a good point. 3, 17-14. Connally leads on the touchdown run by Gaither. Wisner scored as well. Horace has a 54-yard touchdown run. 2nd down and 10, center at their 47. Here is Horace up the middle. Horace hit at the 50, breaks a tackle, keeps on grinding. Down to the 46, he got about 7. Timeout center with under a minute to go in this first half. Connally leads by 3, and the Rough Riders will take their 2nd of 3 timeouts, and they're at the 46 of Connally. It'll be 3rd and about 3. This is Sikkim 365 Radio, 106.7 FM, The Eagle. Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543. Scores of interest in 4A Division II and Region 3. Belleville 20, Hardin Jefferson nothing, 1:31 to go second quarter. Silsbee 6-0, 6 minutes to go in the first quarter over Lamarck. And Sealy 21-0 over Orangefield. 2:35 to go first quarter. The winner of that game gets the winner of this one. It's 17-14 Connally. Center timeout with 54 seconds to go. They face 3rd and 3 at the Connally 46. Horace to the left. Hansen, shotgun, looks left, now looks right, now looks left. Those over the middle of the pass, overshoots his intended receiver, Evans. Good coverage by Stevens. Boy, I say it's really become a heck of a corner. And he's also physical, and it's 4th down and 3, center at the 46-yard line. Yeah, he's had a couple receivers, not every time, but he's thrown it a little bit high.
He's incredibly accurate, let's be real. I mean, he's had a couple of throws that have hit connected, but he's here, especially on this drive. I mean, the throws aren't even close to his players being able to make a play.
But when he made the play was the 4th down when he threw a bullet to Hall on that 34-yarder. Here's movement off the side, and here's a flag down. Horace keeps it. Now keeps going. Horace is going to be stopped what looks like short of the 1st down. This is interesting here. If this was on Connally, it's a 1st down. If it's against center and they let the play go, it'll be 4th down and a turnover on downs. This is very critical, and I'm not so sure that Connley didn't jump. We'll see. I'm not sure why they didn't stop the play, which means it would be defense, right?
Yeah, well, maybe it looks like they're about to march it back.
Yeah, it's against Connley. That's why they let it go. If it was offense, you have to stop it.
Look, the officials pointed in the other direction.
No.
Okay.
You could tell. Center started walking past the 45, so that's a big-time mistake by Connley. Huge mistake by Connley. 4th down, Horace was being stopped. And wait a minute, that first down. It is a first down at the 41-yard line. The Cadets, that's kind of just a little bit of something to think about on this drive. So first down, center. Clock is at 35 and it's running, and I don't know if the Rough Riders know it. It's at 30. But they got a first down at a new set of downs. Horace is leading early, no call. They throw it out in the flat, and this is another flag. And this will be against center for moving. Horace moved early, the outside, just to the left side of the quarterback.
Yeah, I think Horace did know it was. I think he
down to
looked up
25. Yeah, I think he got a little antsy.
Timeout, and the officials aren't paying too much attention to the center sideline. Now the clock stopped because of the whistle, but yeah, this is a really weird sequence of events. This is not how you wanted this drive to go time-wise and yardage-wise if you were center.
Shane Anderson is still a little, I think, upset about the 4th down call. His team jumped early, and they stopped Horace short, but that gave center the automatic first down. 25 seconds to go, and 25 seconds to go in the half. Center has 1 timeout left, and here it goes winded again, and Scott Ponder's letting it wind down to 18, 17. The officials not letting them take the snap because they have to wind it down because it was an in-play penalty. It stops at 15. Now, here comes a receiver. Here's another flag against center. The receiver on the near side, Markel Johnson, left early.
That might be the end of the half.
Well, the clock was stopped, though.
No, didn't they?
No.
Okay.
No. Boy, this has been disaster. Connley helped center get a first down, but back-to-back procedures, including a markdown on the clock of 10 seconds. And that, that should be it. That's going to be a 10-second runoff, and that's the end of the half. What a huge break for Connally. 17-14 Cadets. Anytime center has the ball, you got to be concerned, no matter what the down and distance might be. But the 10-second mark-off, and you're right, Paul, even though the clock was stopped, it was another time walk-off, and the referee from the Tyler chapter, Theeney, is having a conversation with Scott Ponder. And let me tell you something, it's a one-sided conversation, Craig.
Coach, 17-14, weird set of events, gets you into halftime with the lead. How you feeling about the way the first 2 quarters have unfolded?
Well, we got tackled better. We knew that coming in. They're a great football team. We gave up the 4th down there on the pass. They boogered us up on the coverage a little bit. But obviously 32 is the real deal. We got to keep tackling him. I think if we'll keep hitting him, he'll get tired of running it. But we got to kick off to him here, so we got to get a stop and go down and score and get some separation.
Seems your offense is having its way tonight. Able to move the ball really well, running the football.
Yeah, we're running the rock. Like I said, offensive line's doing a great job. We knew coming in with what they're doing defensively, they take some chances and they can run themselves out of some plays, and that's what they did a couple times. But, we just got to regroup. I think it's going to come down to turnovers and big plays. If we can take care of the football, not give up the big play, I think we'll be on top.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, Craig, thank you very much. Shane Anderson at halftime and postgame, brought to you by Parsons Roofing. Appreciate Stuart Parsons, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948 at parsonsroofing.com. Boy, center, self-inflicted wounds on the penalties and time runoff at the end of the half. And Connally, 17, center 14, Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
This interview with Connally Cadets AD and head football coach Shane Anderson is brought to you by Parsons Roofing, America's #1 Duralast company since 1948 at parsonsroofing.com.
Parsons Roofing has been serving Central Texas since 1948, and we can handle your commercial roofing needs from repair to re-roofing. And no one handles more school than Parsons Roofing. Parsons Roofing has been named Contractor of the Year for 14 consecutive years. Parsons Roofing, a name Central Texans have trusted for over 70 years. It's not just a roof, it's our reputation. You can contact us today for a free roof evaluation, including hail claims at 877-881-1733 or on the web at parsonsroofing.com.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like instant issue debit cards free at all of our banking centers, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. The First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Mart, Marlin, La Vega, and Connally ISD? They all have one name in common, Sturdisteel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Sturdisteel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Sturdisteel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. Sturdisteel.com.
It's the heat of the summer, but the real heat is what you're cooking on the grill, smoker, or in the oven. So Waco Custom Marketplace can be your go-to playmaker for summertime grilling. You can't go eat anywhere else? Be your own chef with custom ordered and cut ribeyes, sirloins, fillets, New York strips with a focus on high-quality beef at a competitive price. Waco Custom Marketplace also has fresh deli cuts with sliced turkey, ham, pepperoni, or corned beef. Waco Custom Marketplace also your home for the freshest seafood in town. Salmon, shrimp, mahi-mahi. Great priced chicken products, whole birds, tenders, chicken breast, and wings. Waco Custom Marketplace with smoked items unique to Waco. House-made bacon, summer sausage, boudin, hot links, and German sausage. Every seasoning for every occasion, grilling, baking, or frying. Your hometown grocery store with canned goods, pasta, fresh baked bread, buns, chips, sauce, condiments to pickles, charcoal and lighter fluid, cold beer and wine. Best kolaches in Waco, mouth-watering cinnamon rolls, and here for the community every single day, helping you avoid the long lines in crowded stores, serving quality products to the Waco community. Go online for the weekly value boxes. Family owned and operated. Waco Custom Marketplace, 425 Lake Air Drive in Waco, or WacoCustomMarketplace.com.
Car has the trucks, man. They have the one for you. Crew cab, short or long bed, silver, black or blue. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, he has the truck for you. Carr has the trucks, man. He has the truck you need. If you want the best truck, you want a GMC. Texas size selection, great prices too. Richard Carr, they have the truck for you.
The Connally Cadets Halftime Show is sponsored by First Central Credit Union, with locations in Belmead, Hewitt, Waco, Hillsboro, and Brownwood. Everything we do for you.
An entertaining first half, an interesting first half, and center shoots themselves in the foot like Connally did in the opening drive at center with plenty of time when they got the ball back down 17-14, but a couple of procedure calls and seconds off the clock. 17-14 is our score here at halftime, and a nice first half for Connally, and they're going to have to get lassos and duct tape on Kiamadri, obviously Horace, just like center needs to do with Kavion Gaither. It's 17-14 Cadets. They've run the ball very well. We'll have the stats and highlights in a moment. A couple of other scores in Central Texas to bring your way. It's 42-6. West is routing Kemp in the second quarter. We featured their senior running back Trey Yannick earlier today. Bosqueville, midway through the second half, Clint Zander was a guest on our show, 36-0 over Marlin. It's still been a good year for Marlin. Halftime, how about this? Coolidge and Blum at 22. Strawn 46-0 over Walnut Springs. The 45-point rule came into effect with that one as well. And then the games that matter because of who we play. as a broadcast team, whether it's going to be Connley or also whether it's the winner of this game, Connley and Center, will play the winner of the Sealy game, and Sealy is rolling early on. Started the second quarter 21-0 over the Bobcats against Orangeville. Silsbee now 13-0. Start the second quarter against Lamarck and Belleville. Halftime over Hardin Jefferson 27-3. The winners, all the teams leading, were the ones favored, in fact, to win tonight. This one here was kind of a toss-up game. If you look at Pigskin Prep, our good friend Jerry Forrest out of Mart, Texas, or the others, this was kind of a 3 or 4 point pick with Connley as a slight favorite. Also in the district, Salado plays tomorrow night. They won the district title. Such an impressive year for Allen Heron Company. They're playing Rusk tomorrow night at A&M Consolidated in College Station. And China Spring, good luck to them as well, with both Salado and China Spring representing District 9 for a Division II. Cougars have their hands full with Jasper tomorrow night in Crockett, and Gageville had to forfeit their game against Carthage, and that would have been a game that would have been almost an impossible win, but you never know. That's why you play the games. When we come back, our stats and highlights and much more. This is Connley football, 17-14. They lead Center at halftime. 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Everything we do for you.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. First Central helps you roll with the changes. Save on your ride by refinancing your vehicle now. Your new game plan? Same ride, just lower payment. First Central is the local financial team to lead you in a winning season. When you need it the most, visit us online at firstcentralcu.com to see the First Central advantage in times like these.
Subject to membership eligibility. Member NCUA.
How often have you said it's time to get in shape? Every day, every week, every month, maybe for as long as you can remember? How about starting today? I promise if you'll just join Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness now, you'll thank me later. Hi, this is David Smoke, offering a variety of 40 group exercise classes every single week, including boot camp on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:15, plus spin, body shaping, Pilates, yoga, and bar. And there's a free kids club as well. Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness open Monday through Thursday, 5 to 10, Friday, 5 to 8, Saturday and Sunday, 7 to 7, and personal trainers, Christy London and Randall Corley. World-class tennis facility with pros Britt Coleman and Joe Rosa with lessons, camps, and special events. Spacious and clean workout rooms, locker room for men and women, both with a whirlpool and sauna, and now there's touchless bottle filling stations. No intimidation, tremendous camaraderie, an entirely new atmosphere, and yes, you can do this, but you have to walk through the front door. It's time to react today, not tomorrow. Waco Regional Tennis and Fitness on Lake Shore Drive in Waco.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off. And first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
At Ideal MRI, we feel blessed to be a part of the Waco community. We're a small family business right here in Central Texas, and our goal is to bring down the cost of health care while maintaining high quality. At times like this, the cost of health care has never been more important, and unfortunately, significant illnesses and injuries still occur. That's why Ideal MRI is open and here to serve you through the difficult time. We offer premium MRIs just like a hospital with state-of-the-art technology and specialists, but you'll pay less. Sometimes thousands of dollars less, whether you're using insurance or not. At Ideal MRI, we accept most insurance and there are no hidden costs, even offering financing if that's needed. Everything included in the price, and you'll not get something as a surprise in the mail later on. If you need an MRI, ask your doctor about Ideal MRI. They'll know. You can schedule an appointment safely from home online in minutes at idealmri.com or give us a call, 833-IDEAL-MRI, idealmri.com.
Tonight's game stats are sponsored by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue with 2 locations in Central Texas. I-35 in Waco and on Highway 190 in Killeen. Next in line,
So many people that remained loyal to us from the time we started Sikkim 365 Radio back on April the 6th, and even before then, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, Glenn Lott. We appreciate him and his staff. On Tuesdays, we have a product that I've taken to Connley, La Vega, China Spring, Midway, Crawford, over the years, many different school districts. Robinson, when Tommy Allison was there, along with Waco High, and just some of the schools that we've been able to visit with Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, thanks to Glenn Lott and his great staff on I-35, a location on 190 as well in Killeen. Stats in the first half brought to you by Rudy's. Connley with 162 yards of offense, 163 yards on the ground. Kavion Gaither, 16 carries already in the first half for 117 yards and the touchdown to put him up. Jermone Powell has 7 carries for 25 yards. Wisner, 4 carries for 12 yards and an 8-yard touchdown run. Marcus Long Jr., 1 carry on a jet sweep for 9 yards. Gaither 1-for-1 passing on a pass to LaMarcus McDonald in the flat that lost a yard. 162 yards for the Cadets. Morales is 2 for 2 extra points and also kicked the 27-yard field goal. 4, the Rough Riders of Center, 109 yards rushing, 106 of those on 10 carries from Kiamadre Horace, including the 54-yard touchdown. And Hansen has 1 carry for 3 yards, 109 yards on the ground for Center. And they have thrown the ball 49 yards passing. They are 5 of 10 passing, but the last 3 passes were incomplete for 49 yards, including one of his first completion, a 34-yard touchdown on 4th down to Marquez Hall. 162 yards for Connley, 158 yards for Center. Center will get the first possession to start the second half, and those are the stats. Nice job by Marcus Long on 3 kick returns for 66 yards. Hall has 1 kick return for Center for 35 yards. 1 fumble in this game on Diamadre Horace fumble, but his teammate, the quarterback Jake Hansen, recovered and kept the drive alive on a first down. When we come back, the highlights of this first half, 17-14 Connley. We appreciate those of you listening on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
I hate my job, but I don't mind getting up in the morning. I dread each day, but I can't wait to get out of bed. You ask me why, and what I'll say to you is true. Well, you can get breakfast tacos at Rudy's Barbecue. Scrambled eggs and brisket, they ain't fooling around. Salsa drap, son, they're the best in town. Barbecue for breakfast, yes, it's true. Put a smile on your morning at Rudy's Barbecue.
Graham Property Company will give you the best opportunities and services to navigate and achieve your real estate goals. At Graham Property Company, we strive to establish lasting relationships built on service and performance. Whether you are buying, leasing, selling, or investing, our real estate portfolio and expertise can facilitate your needs no matter what real estate or property need you may encounter. Graham Property Company, property sales, acquisitions, leasing, and management at GrahamInvestmentCo.com.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Ready to kick off as a first-time home buyer? Having a hard time making the first down? First Central's open-door mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about mortgage refinancing? This way works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We are opening doors to home ownership at First Central.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Mart, Marlin, La Vega, and Connally ISD? They all have one name in common, Steel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Steel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Steel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. SturtisSteel.com.
How can we help you? That's a question we ask every day at American Bank. Hi, I'm President and CEO Dana Hassel. Our commitment to our customers is what drives us. It's why we've invested in new branch buildings and technology like ITMs that let you speak to a teller face-to-face from your car. It's why we work with local businesses, helping Waco grow and thrive. And it's why decisions about your accounts and loans are made here in Waco by people who know you. How can we help you? Find out at American Bank, member FDIC.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the team physicians for Baylor Athletics, specializing in diagnosis and treatment of any and all sport-related injuries, celebrating over a decade of service to Central Texas. They tackle all surgical and non-surgical problems that arise from an active lifestyle. Trust the doctors that Baylor trust, and when injuries sideline you, don't wait for Monday. Join us at 8:30 on Saturday mornings for a post-game injury evaluation clinic. Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. We get you back in the game.
Tonight's game highlights are brought to you by Stonewood Dental. Stonewood Dental is your one-stop shop for all your dental needs, and your comfort is our priority at stonewood-dental.com.
Halftime here, Connley leading Center 17-14. Center will get the opening kickoff of the second half. Opening drive of the game, and this has been a first half where there's been two explosive, actually 2 or 3 pretty quick scoring drives, but 2 long sustained drives, and including both of them from the Cadets, one that did not end in a touchdown but a score. Opening drive of the game, Cadets went 10 plays, 48 yards, took 5 minutes and 4 seconds off the clock, but a false start kind of killed the drive, and they had to set up for a field goal with Ralph Morales, one of the heroes in the win against China Spring. The snap, looks like someone jumped off sides. No flags, and there's Morales with the kick, and the kick is up, and it is good. Kick was good from 26 yards out. 6:56 to go first quarter. Connally up 3-0. And Center, they went on a long drive. It didn't take long. A nice kick return by Marquez Hall out to the 45. 6 plays, 55 yards. The last 34, it was 4th and 9 at the Connally 34-yard line. In the shotgun, Hansen, no pressure, over the middle, man, wide open, Hall at the 10, touchdown, Rough Riders. Hansen had no pressure, and Marcus Hall with a wide open on a post. Marquez Hall's been a big part of this game, 34-yard touchdown. He was absolutely wide open, and Shane Anderson said they kind of pulled the trigger on the Connally secondary. 4:11 to go first quarter. Center back up 7-3, but here come the Cadets on a 6-play, 58-yard drive that took less than 2 minutes. Wisner to the left, pull to the right. Wisner up the middle. He will score. Touchdown, Connally. Trey Wisner, like a bullet, as I've said before, through a keyhole. Wisner has not been able to get loose long tonight so far, but he didn't against China Spring and exploded in the second half, remember, with touchdowns of 39 and 62. That's an 8-yard run kicked by Morales. Good with 2:32 to go in the first quarter, 10-7. And then Center, they did not take long at all. In fact, they took only 2 plays to retake the lead. And here's the snap and hold off. Here goes Horace. He might be gone. Gaither has to try to chase him down, and he will not. 2 plays, touchdown. 54 yards. Yes, Keo Madre Horace, who has offers so far from UT San Antonio. You know Jeff Traylor would dip into East Texas as much as he could. Texas State, North Texas, and Fresno State. Those are quality offers, and that was his 66th career rushing touchdown. And then Center up 14-10. Here come the Cadets, and I mean they milked the clock. 13 plays. They got the ball to start. Actually, with still time left in the first quarter, 1:45, and they went 68 yards, and they took off nearly 8 minutes. Here's Gaither, pump, gets loose, right, 5, inside the 5, leans, touchdown! Touchdown, Gaither, and he spun around near the goal line, slammed the ball just over the touchdown end zone line, and extra point by Morales was good. 5:52 to go in the half. Center seemed like a pretty promising drive, but they were just taking a lot of time and took forever before they ever reached midfield. Finally did, and then they just self-destructed.
So, okay, the thing that people need to know about those highlights, 3 of them were from the first quarter. Boom, 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 boom. The other 2 were the only 2 drives of the second quarter.
That's true.
There was only 2 possessions. Each team had the possession in the second quarter.
And then Center did not score with their final drive because of a couple of false starts with the clock running and losing seconds. 17-14 Connally at halftime. We'll come back with more here in this first half. 17-14 Connally, 106.7 FM The Eagle, 106.7 FM KIXT, JC Hector Chewy, and also Mr. McCutcheon as well, and also Sikkim 365 Radio.
Do you or your kids get nervous about going to the dentist? Stonewood Dental, Dr. Steve Childress, he can help.
I've spent a career taking care of patients who as children had bad experiences, and now they're adults that hate going to the dentist. If I get a kid at 3 years old and they come every 6 months and it's a happy experience, it's normal for them. Now they have an accident at 6 or 7 or 8 at school. Now they have a broken tooth or a trauma, and they have to come here. They're used to lights, they're used to water in their mouth, they're used to experience, they already trust us. It's amazing what we can do with that kid without it being a negative thing. But if I see a 6 or 7 or 8 year old that's never been to the dentist, and now they have a trauma or an unfortunate unexpected toothache, it's harder to do that for that kid and it not be somewhat of a negative experience. So bottom line is I try to teach kids and adults and teenagers and everybody the way I'd want my family treated, which is where it's a necessary part of life. You just take care of it. It doesn't have to be that big a deal.
Learn more, stonewood-dental.com.
The biggest, the baddest, and proven to be the best. Ram is back-to-back Motor Trend Truck of the Year. Now, get the Ram you've been waiting for less from your friend in the car business, Alan Samuels. A new loaded-up 2020 Ram 1500 Longhorn 4x4. Now with a whopping $12,000 off. And first responders receive an additional $500. Big summer clearance event savings from the Ram leader, Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Ask for details. All offers with approved credit.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like our free First mobile app, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Connally Cadets Halftime Show is sponsored by First Central Credit Union, with locations in Belmead, Hewitt, Waco, Hillsborough, and Brownwood. Everything we do for you.
Here comes Ralph Morales to take a couple of steps and kick off in the 40. Little squib kick, bounces up, very high bounce, picked up by, that is Evans. Marmar turns the corner at the 35 and will get really nice field position. Actually, that was Marquez Hall. Boy, that bounced right into his hands. Again, they've gotten a couple of nice bounces, and it's just kind of you either get the bounce or you don't. And center will start at their 35-yard line. 11:53, 7 seconds in on the kick return by Hall. Connally up front. We've seen a little bit of Torrey Poland. He comes in, he's got the big towel tucked in behind him, along with De La Fuente, and Trey Walker wearing a different number tonight, 72. And then Powell, McDonald, Gaither are the linebackers, and they give it to Horace on the first play, bounces right, and Horace breaks loose. First down outside the 45 to the 48. Gaither made the tackle, 13 quick yards, and boy, that was a really very impressive run.
Yeah, it looked like he was about to get loose again.
He was about to get loose, no question. Gaither came back from the other side to make the tackle. Center blew that opportunity at the end of the half, and here's Horace again. They're going to feed him. He spins away, 50 into Connley territory, leans. Oh, he's coming out angry. Maybe Red Horace is a nickname for him. That's 6 yards in the play, 2nd and 4. Long and Torrey Pullen made the tackle.
Well, you know, they kind of got away from him for a little bit there, Smokey.
Yeah, 10 carries. Gaither at 16, you're right.
Yeah, and so he, maybe you come out and say, let's ride the horse.
I would. If I had that horse, 2nd down, in this case, Horace. Here's Kia Madre, right side, leans close to what is a first down inside the 42 to the 41. Yeah, why not, right? I mean, it's a gain of 5 more down to the 41. I make him, and I keep. Now, one thing about him now, one of the things about him is that he spun that one time and tried to get so many yards he forgot to take care of the football. But that means you got to have people at him and around him. First down at the 41, center opening drive down by 3 to Connley. Here's Horace again up the middle, bounces right, slides inside, and leans to the 35. They are digging right at the heart inside the tackles and ends of Connley. Gaither made the tackle. A lot of looking around right now. Ashton Brooks-Williams will come in, and Walker comes out. That's a gain of 6 for Horace. He has 4 carries to start this second half, and they're all chunks. From the Connley 35, here's Horace again up the middle. Horace again, very close to what is a first down, and they'll give it to him at the 31. Second down and 4. He got 4. De La Fuente made the tackle, but the Rough Riders at the Connley 31.
Yeah, and you got to think that Scott Ponder is upset about the way that half ended. I mean, if you have the ball for 15 plays and don't cross the 50 really all that long, that's not very good.
2 minutes into the third quarter, center threatening at the 31 of Connley. Now they'll throw it. Hansen in the left flat, gets around the corner. That's Evans, and a block and a flag at the 30. Boy, someone came up, and that might have been Marcus Long, and just planted Evans, who looked like he was going to get about 5 or 6 yards, and now they're having to separate the players. Nothing bad, but Marcus Long just drilled Evans. There's a flag at where the block was at the 30, and this could come back despite the great tackle in the open field.
Yeah, Marcus Long decleated him.
They're talking it over at the 30-yard line. If it's a block in the back or a hold, it would cost 10 yards. It would cost center. Otherwise, it looked like you got about 3 yards or so. He turned the corner. Evans is really good. They're still talking about it. Tyler Chapter all the way out to midfield, and now they're marking off the yardage on a holding call against center. Back to the 39-yard line. So it's an 8-yard penalty, as it was right at where I thought it was at about the 30, so that's about right. There's a holding call against the Rough Riders, so now it's first down and 19. There's movement. Boy, there's no flag. Horace spins away, gets around the right corner, and down to the 36. Boy, the offensive line and the wide receiver here on the near side, movement and no flag. Torres Luna, and right now Shane Anderson, it's all up in the grill of the linesman, and he should be.
And Scott Ponder is on the other side.
Yeah, he's mad about that holding call. That's about 3 from Horace. So let's get back into where we are. 9:20, third quarter, 17-14. Connley, second down and 15 for the Rough Riders. I don't understand what the official was looking at, but the wide receiver, no question, Johnson moved early. 3 receivers far side. Hansen, snap, Horace, spins away. My goodness, Kia Madre down inside the 30. They gave up about 7 after first contact to the 30. And it's fourth down and 9 coming up.
Yeah, they just could
Wisner and McDonald made the tackle.
Could not get a handle on him.
150 yards for Horace, 17 carries. The one thing they did do, at least contained him from popping around the corner. Ladarius Gibson is out. Barry is out, Gibson in at tackle at the guard, at the right guard position. Third down, and 9 for center at the 30. Hansen looks left, throws it out in the flat. Pass is caught, and that's Hall. And Hall gets close to the 23-yard line, and that's close to a first down. He kept going. They never did blow the whistle, and Torres Luna finally made the tackle when you got a 4th and short coming again. Let me tell you, Connley's playing well here, but they are giving up a lot of yards after contact. That's 6 yards on the catch. 4th down and a yard. Horace, left side. Flag, nope. Timeout, Connley. Craig, you've seen a lot of great running backs over the years. Where's Horace, in your opinion, when it comes to that yards after contact?
That's looked like a flag, actually. False start.
I think Shane Anderson deserves credit for that one, huh?
He's good, but you're asking somebody who's watched 6A football basically for 20 years. So I've seen a lot of really, really good running backs. He's fun to watch, though.
6'1", 200-pound senior. 4th down and now about 6. Center after the false start from the 28. Baldwin throws, Hansen, pass, incomplete. No flags, and Connley's defense bends but doesn't break, and that was a very poorly thrown ball by Hansen. Stevens in coverage. There was contact, but it never came into play because that ball was well over the intended receiver's head. So center now, Paul, back-to-back possessions where they move it and come away empty-handed. Connley still up with 7, 32 third quarter, 17-14.
Apparently false starts are contagious like COVID. Because that's what Connley, that's what's taking them out of it, and that's what's taking center out both times.
That's 4 against center, and the last 2 drives. 2 at the end of the half and 2 in this drive. It looked like they were about to overcome it. Gaither by himself, 5 receivers set, right hash, 3 near side. Connley with the ball and up by 3. Gaither off the left side with the keeper, tries to turn the corner. They grab him by the back of his hair and spin him down. You're allowed to do that. They got him by his hair, and Jamarcus McAllister threw Gaither down for a loss back to the 27-yard line.
Yeah, he got there in a hurry. It did look like it was bordering on horse collar, but
no, horse collar. He got him by the braids.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I would say that you're taking your life in your hands when you do that as a hairstyle, but KG really rocks that.
2nd and 11. 5 receivers set left hash, 2 near side, and Gaither, keeper right side. Gaither, 25-30, and this time not much. He did get outside the 30 to the 32, but Chase Atkins, the middle linebacker, made the tackle. You have 3rd down and 6. This is a huge part of the game with field position. 6:40 to go, up by 3 after your defense gives you the ball back. Gaither is 122 yards, 18 carries. Horace is 150 yards on 17 carries. Both of them have scored. And Gaither, with Powell to his left, 3 receivers set from the 32. Gaither, left side keeper, 35, and he will not. Now he breaks the tackle and leans to the 36, but short by a good yard and a half, maybe 2 yards, Buckley and McAllister. So the defenses this time, Shane Anderson, it's 4th and a yard and a half. I think you have to punt the football, don't you?
Yeah.
I mean, I would. I have confidence that they could probably pick this up, but just because you're up right now, I wouldn't risk, the flip of momentum that could come with coming up short on this play.
He's also the man that went for 2. And center went for it on 4th and short. I think they're going to let that clock run down again. It's down to 10. Play clock is at 10. Game clock inside 5:40. Let's put it this way. If you make it, it doesn't mean you score, but you keep center's offense off the field. If you don't, you're giving the ball up inside your 40. 17-14, Connley with 4th and 1, and they're talking about it with 5:32 to go, 3rd quarter over center. 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
When we moved to Texas, we were like fish out of water. We didn't know anyone in our neighborhood until our Texas Farm Bureau insurance agent came to the house. She was so helpful and reassuring, a friendly face with that Texan hospitality I'd heard about. When we purchased a Texas Farm Bureau insurance policy, we knew we were making the right choice. We knew our family would be protected.
Stop by and see our agents at one of our 3 McLennan County locations.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
This comes down to if you're center, and they do shoot the gap a lot. If they guess right, they probably make the play. If they guess wrong, Kavion could have a huge game coming. 27-3 Belleville at halftime over Hardin Simmons. Sealy 35-0 at halftime. They'll get the winner of this one. 4th and a yard and a half. Pack it to the right side. Gaither in the gun. Connley snap to Gaither, right side, and he's going to be stopped. Not even close. They ran to where there was nobody there to help him out, and Colton Crawford, that's a loss of 3 back to the 34-yard line, and that now could be the play of the game with 5:28 to go. They had it stacked right. Kavion came left, and boy, did Nance center just blew that up.
Well, you heard Shane Anderson at halftime. He said that they're real aggressive and sometimes they overrun some runs. It's because they're guessing where the run's going to go. Well, that time they guessed right.
Well, they also had nobody to block the outside linebacker. Now, Hansen, can they take advantage of it? He gives it to Horace. Horace is stuck. Here he goes, 30, sideline 20, 15, Kia Madre touchdown. One play after the 4th down blow-up. And that's sloppy. Very sloppy on the sidelines. They could not get him, and here comes maybe the change in the game.
Yeah,
5:16 to 18 to go, 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying. If you don't get it, then you set them up really nicely. I didn't think it would be set up that nicely, but they took full advantage of it, and it's not very often you see Kavion Gaither get negative yardage, much less hit a wall like he did on that 4th down try.
So here comes one play after they go for it, and center is in front, 21-17. How does that affect the Connley offense? Kia Madre went down the sideline, and he showed tremendous balance to turn the corner, and they couldn't even shove him out of bounds. He was going by him so fast. Wow. 5:18 to go, 3rd quarter. Center, after back-to-back drives, which they were stopped with nothing, now lead by 4. And Connley, you could see, like the sideline just very down. Back in 30 seconds on Sikkim 365 Radio, 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, the team physicians for Baylor Athletics, specializing in diagnosis and treatment of any and all sport-related injuries, celebrating over a decade of service to Central Texas. They tackle all surgical and non-surgical problems that arise from an active lifestyle. Trust the doctors that Baylor trust, and when injuries sideline you, don't wait for Monday. Join us at 8:30 on Saturday mornings for a post-game injury evaluation clinic. Southwest Sports Medicine and Orthopedics. We get you back in the game.
Momentum shifts can be dangerous if you're not on the right side of them, and center has pulled off back-to-back plays and now up 4. Here comes the kick. Very short. This is Wisner at the 25. Trey at the 30. Wisner, 35. That's LaMarcus McDonald outside the 40, and McDonald into center territory at the 48. And he really gets fortunate not to get a taunting call. He really is fortunate as he ran over a center Rough Rider at the 45 and then stood over him. That was Jermaine Preston, but Connley needed some sort of a nice kickstart in there at the 45 of center.
Yeah, you know, the field position in this game has been so bizarre. Really, it has.
This is the first time, though, other than at any time with field position out near the 45 and 50, that both now will start their drives inside the opponent's territory. Center scored on one play. They're at the 45 of center, but trailing by 4. Gaither, this is Powell, nudges, grinds. Trey Walker pushed him down to about the 42. Davis and Hoyt were there. There's a lot of Hoyts on the football team for Rough Center. One of them no longer with the team. That was DeKylan Hoyt. And it's 2nd down and 7. Well, they'll give him the 41, so 2nd down and 6. Poland is back in. Powell grinds for 4. He has 29 yards on 8 carries. 2nd down, 4:40 to go, 3rd quarter, and Connley down 4. Marquez Hall threatens the blitz. Here's Gaither, left side, 40, and goes out of bounds near the 35. He didn't get a very good mark at all. Well, I'll tell you what, he got out to the 30, but he stepped out, and that's not a very good job. He could have gotten a couple of more yards, and never want to say he could have gotten more with Kavion Gaither, but it looked like he could have gotten a couple of more. 3rd down and a yard at the 36-yard line of center, and that's a gain of 5.
Yeah, the other thing when you mentioned getting Wisner involved, they haven't called a play. They haven't called his number, but
he's on
the touchdown.
He's in the slot, too, so he's not going to be involved when he's there. 3rd down and a yard, Gaither, left side, 35, and here's a flag down. That's going to be a face mask against center. Craig, you think it's something else?
I thought it was more of a shoulder pad grab.
Could be a horse collar?
Yeah, I suppose so, but it looked like he had got hold of the shoulder pad.
You don't usually see a horse collar call against a defense when it's in the midst of things. It's on the outside when you're dragging somebody behind on the perimeter or down the field. That's 15 yards against center. That's a face mask is what they call it. Kavion got a yard, and they'll give him 15 more for this offense. That was a dangerous spill right there. That's the 2nd face mask call against center. One was an 8-yard mark off, half the distance. So at the 20 now, 4:20 left, 3rd quarter here in Madisonville. 4A Division II by district. Center 21 and Connley 17. Connley with the football, 1st and 10 at the Rough Riders 20. Gaither wants to throw. Now under pressure, sacked. He was looking for McDonald, and so was center. They had him double covered, and McAllister, that's a loss of 5, and 2nd down and 15. He had no chance. He had McDonald down the seam, and both the linebacker and safety also knew it. It's the first sack of the game. McAllister has played one heck of a game. That's a 5'11", 270-pound senior. They've got some beef. Buckley's a 340 nose tackle. 2nd and 15. Connally, Wisner, here's a flag, and that's going to be movement against Connally. Now it's 2nd and 20.
Flags prior to the snap.
And now 2nd and 20. And that was Wisner on what was going to be a zone read off the right side on what is the far side of the field. De La Fuente now checks back in. and they'll bring out Marcus Long. Minus 1 yard passing tonight for Connally. That was their MO and the DNA for the first 6 or 7 games of the year. They started throwing the ball better, just enough. 2nd and 23, 10. Clock running, 21-17 center. Kavion in the gun from the 30. Kavion right side, now wants to throw it out in the flat, and Wisner has it go through his hands and then picks it back up in midair and loses 2 more yards. And that could have been a pick six easy.
Well, it's probably good that he caught it then because the way the ball went up in the air just to protect it. So, I mean, as a 2-yard loss goes, it could have been much worse. But, you know, a drive that was showing some promise just a minute ago.
You may not have many more drives left in this game the way these teams suck out the wind, even though there's been some quick scoring drives. They bring in McDonald. It is 3rd down and 22. So a sack, a 5-yard sack, a 5-yard false start, a 2-yard loss and a pass, 3rd and forever at the 32 of center. You got to get a chunk here. 3 receivers, 2 left side, and Gaither in the gun. Throws a deep post. That's Wisner open, tipped, and an incomplete. Great play by 21 Gibson. He was open, couldn't get it to him fast enough. Trey Wisner was open at the seam, and Gibson came off his receiver and made the play, and it's 4th down at the 32 of center.
Yeah, ball just hung in the air too long, and Connolly's going to have to punt here.
Well, they're very lucky that wasn't an interception. Yeah. I mean, that should have been an interception. It bounced right off of his hands, and that could have gotten even worse. But
I don't think you punt from the 32, do you?
You do if you're Dave Aranda. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Shane Anderson, the 2:07. The play clock is inside 10. I think they're going to let this thing run out. I don't think you take a timeout. If you're going to punt, then let 5 yards get marked off against you. And now, delay of game against Connally. This has all been this 3rd quarter after the Connally defense gave the offense the ball back with a 3-point lead. Center is right now, and when you're down 4 and they can score on 1 play with their running back, boy, you're putting yourself in danger zone here with 2:03 to go 3rd quarter. A lot of time left, but you now are going to have to make a play if you're the Cadets, and Morales runs on the field, and he'll punt from the 37-yard line. They were at the 20. The snap is from the 37. Marquez Hall back deep for center. The snap to Morales, little pooch punt. End over end at the 15-yard line, and then it goes backwards. That's not what you wanted. That's still okay. It's pretty good. You punch it down there. But you know what's crazy? If they're winning with the momentum, that ball dribbles another 8 or 9 yards. When it's every single time, it seems like that's what happens. When you don't have the momentum, it goes backwards, and it did at the 15.
Yeah, it certainly did. And
22-yard punt for Morales. It is a gain of 22 with the field position. Now your defense will have to make another play. So, minute 56 left 3rd quarter. Center 21 and Connally 17. This is when you feed Horace, right? Horace, they play fake it to him, and Hansen keeps it up the middle, and he got about 5 to the 19. They'll say no, he was a little bit short. Tackle made by Torres Luna at the 19-yard line, and a gain of 4 yards. And that was what looked like Hansen may have kept it. And was initially going to go to Kuyamadri Horace. Minute 30 to go. 2nd and 6, Connally defense, 4-man front. Pullins back in the game, Walker in the game. Here's the snap, and Horace up the middle, bounces outside 25. 1st down, keeps going, not down yet at the 33. My goodness, at the 32. And that's a pickup of 16 yards. And now the clock becomes a factor here late in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he's got that nice swim move, Horace does, where he kind of just swipes people away as he's running.
Under a minute by the time they take this snap. 21-17 center leads here in Madisonville against Connally. Hansen. Horace, little counter tray off the right side, and here he goes again, 35. Dances around, spun down at the 38. He got 6 yards, and a flag comes down. And I think there might have been something to the face mask here.
I'll tell you, Smokey, before we get this penalty, I'm even more impressed with Horace because his offensive line, when they pull, they don't really hit where they're supposed to go all that quick. He's had to maneuver around them several times tonight and still gotten positive yards.
Yeah, he's hard to bring down because he's so thick at 6'1", 205, and now holding call against center, but it was already after the run, so it's going to be a loss on the play. Umpire takes it back to the 29-yard line, but that's not much of a loss, really. A loss of about 4, but does take and wipe out the 6-yard gain by Horace.
You know, also, like I just mentioned that, the reason that hold happens is because that offensive lineman isn't getting up into the lane where he's supposed to go.
1st and 14 at the 29. Center up 4. Horace up the middle. Horace leans to the 34. Got about 5 out to the 34, 2nd and long. Torrey Pullen made the tackle at the 34-yard line, and that will end the third quarter. It was 17-14 Connley at halftime. It's 21-17 center at the end of 3, and they'll have 2nd and 9 from their 34. Center 21, Connley 17 on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
The Sikkim 365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
Fourth quarter after the third quarter was not all center. Connley's defense bent but didn't break, got the ball back in the 4th down incomplete pass by Hansen, but since that time it's been all center. Yet again they have the ball at their 34, 2nd and 9. Horace picked up 5 after the holding call. He has 199 yards on 20 carries. He's to the left of Hansen. 4 receivers, 2 each way from the 34. This is Hansen. Keeper. Ball on the ground. Connley recovers. Wow! At the 30. I don't know if it was miscommunications, but Aquavion Weathers, who got the start tonight, Hansen just left that thing on the ground. And I don't know if it was Horace who didn't grab it or Hansen who kept it. Huge break for Connley to start the fourth quarter at the center 30. That's a huge play, man. And Craig, right there, it was almost like room service. Just make sure you grabbed it. You could have picked it up and run with it, but that's a big deal right there.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, it's the biggest thing that could have happened other than picking it up and running it in, so now they're in striking distance.
From the 30. 6 seconds into the fourth quarter, LaMarcus McDonald comes on late to get the play. Play clock is at 7. McDonald will set up on the left side. Down to 3. Gaither from the 30. Snap from Kaufman. This is Wisner up the middle. Trey slips through a hole to the 30, to the 25. He got about 5. They're lining Wisner now up instead of Powell next to Gaither. 5 yards for Trey. 5 carries for 17 yards, 2nd and 5. And Aquavion Weathers with a monster play. 2nd and 5, man in motion, McDonald, Wisner in the gun with Gaither. Gaither off the left side, Kavion with a stiff arm. What a nice tackle in the open field by Jermaine Preston. And he just went right to the knees, to the shin, and took Kavion down after a gain of only a yard. And that doesn't happen very often.
The relative comfort of a 4-point lead, and you can see that they can be aggressive as they know that Connolly's going to go for it and try to score touchdowns. But Connally does have the advantage here of, they've got great field position and the ball and momentum.
3rd and 4 from the 24 of center. Kaufman, Gaither, this is Trey, bounces outside Wisner. 25, there he goes. Wisner 15, stiff arm, down to the ground, inside the 10. to the 5, Marquez Hall. That's a great job by Wisner to go down to the turf in a gain of 20 yards.
And Wisner, that's something that you don't often see. Somebody got just enough on him when he got to the outside to knock him down.
And knocked him off balance, but he went down and reached down and kept himself balanced enough to get to the 5. First and goal. 10:45 left, fourth quarter. Connley down 4. Gaither, Wisner, bounces right. He will score! Touchdown! Just inside the pylon. Just God-given speed. Craig Smoke right there.
Yeah, I mean, center got sucked inside. I mean, I don't know if they didn't realize that Wisner's got the ability to bounce outside, but they got sucked up inside, and once he got a little bit of room, I mean, nobody's going to catch him going to the corner, so just used his speed to get around, had some nice blocking as well, and huge play for Connolly, set up by, a strange turnover by center.
Here's the snap to Gaither, who kneels at the 10. Movement up front, no flags, and the kick by Morales is perfect. 10:38, fourth quarter. Connley dodges the bullet and then shoots one. Then they have one shoot themselves, and then they get one back. So both teams have now turned it over. One on downs and a fumble that was just a miscommunication between Hansen and Horace. 10:38, fourth quarter. Connley 24-21 over center. 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Martz, Marlin, La Vega, and Connally ISD? They all have one name in common, Steel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Steel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Steel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. Steel.com.
Connolly, turnover, leads to 7 freebies, and Trey Wisner scores. That's his second touchdown tonight, 24-21, with 10:38 left in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was a 4-play, 30-yard drive. It only took 1:16 off the clock, but the lead resides with the Cadets currently.
Morales, who just kicked the extra point, 3 for 3 extra points, and also that 27-yard field goal attempt will kick from the 40. See if he taps it around, and he does again. Here's the big bounce, and it bounces high. Picked up at the 25 and the 30. This is Marquez Hall, and he is, you never know with him, at the 31. Finally, just ran out of room. And that was the bounce you wanted, but you want that again with a much more almost horizontal bounce, you know?
Yeah, you want it to go weird.
And it's just really, it's a matter of luck. You could work on it, like that one the Cowboys recovered in that nuts win against Falcons. That was just bad play by the Falcons, but you still have to work on that kick, which Zerline did.
I will not have you blaspheme the Cowboys.
31-yard line. Hansen after the fumble. This time he gives it to Horace, who goes right, hit by LaMarcus McDonald and stopped. Maybe lost a yard. Nope, they'll say the 31. Maybe a half a foot or so. And that time he got him upstairs and grabbed him around the shoulder pads, and Horace was wanting to call, and it's now second down and 10. That's the first time since his first carry where he has not gained at least a yard when they've handed him the football.
No one had turned the ball over yet, Smokey, and center picked the wrong time to do it in the fourth quarter.
LaMarcus McDonald coming off as if he's bleeding, and they bring in E.J. Torres-Luna, and here Horace, left side, spins around, loose. He got about 5 somehow. How? How did he get 5? Marcus Long made the tackle, and it's now third down and 6. He was an ankle tackle away from who knows. Connally defense inspired now. 9:30 left in this game in Madisonville. Beautiful facility, Mustang Stadium. 24-21, Connally leads by 3. 9:20 clock running. 3rd and 6, center at their 35. Hansen in the gun. Hansen to Horace off the right side. Slides outside, and he's going to be short of the first down at the 40-yard line. And that was Trey Walker. And it's 4th and a yard and a half for center at the 40-yard line. 3 yards from Horace. Actually, he got about 5. 208 yards. 4th and a yard and a half. LaMarcus McDonald back in the game. From the 40, Connally up 3. Horace wide, big, huge, massive hole out near midfield. I mean, he just gashed him for 9 yards, and Gaither made the tackle. I don't think Connolly's defense was set either.
No, they moved pretty quick, and I think Connally kind of got caught not ready.
At the 49, center down 3 with the ball. Back to throw, Hansen throws the deep fade down the right sideline. Nice coverage down the field.
A flag.
And now a flag comes back from the trailing official.
Way back.
And that came from the linesman on the far side, and the official down the field is not the one that threw the flag, and that was Makel Johnson, the intended receiver. That's interesting that an official who does not normally make that call overrules the deep official running with the play. So that's going to be 15 yards against center, or it's maybe defensive holding.
I mean, the ball was well overthrown.
There was contact. There was
contact.
A little fighting with Paris Cox III and Johnson. And now here comes the call.
It wasn't anything egregious, though. I mean, it wasn't in a moment like this, that's not a PI that you call.
Yeah.
No, they're going to call pass interference. That's a 15-yard penalty. And what doesn't make sense is that's the official who's at the line of scrimmage, and that ball was a 22-yard throw.
And Smokey, it did not, what Paris Cox did with that contact did not affect either of their ability to catch the ball. It didn't get Paris Cox closer to it, and it didn't get the receiver closer or further away.
It gets center closer to a touchdown at the 36 of Connally. Boy, Shane Anderson kind of keeping his cool right there. The only problem I had was not the call, it was who made the call. 4 receivers set at the 36. Remember, it was 4th and 1. Horace off the left side, cuts it inside for about 4, 5, down to the 32.
You know, and unless he's kind of alleging that it happened before the trail official saw it, I mean, I guess that would make it, I would wrap my head around that a little better, but, we don't get those kind of explanations.
5 yards for Horace, 2nd and 5, and the clock at 8 minutes. Connally up 3, try to hold on here. Hansen to Horace Hansen with a keeper off the left side, and he runs right into a defender. Great play from Marcus Long, and he got nothing. Boy, you'd rather see him with it.
Well, Hansen does not have a lot of speed to burn, and so, yes, you would rather see him with it.
So Hansen with a keeper and lumbers to the right side, and Horace used as a decoy.
And is now favoring his knee because he got hit right in the knee. But, yeah, he's a very lumbering quarterback. I don't know that I really want him running it for big gains.
3rd down and 5 at the 32-yard line. Hansen, Horace up the middle, bounces, breaks the tackle, down inside the 30 to the 25. Just went right through a tackle. And Kavion Gaither makes the tackle at the 25, and he got 9. Actually, they'll say 7. That's why you'd rather see Hansen with the football. He had somebody get him near the ankles at the 30-yard line, but he couldn't bring him down. It was Marcus Long who had that tackle a minute ago. 1st down, center, 7 minutes left. Down 4, Connally on defense. Horace up the middle, huge hole, down inside the 20, down close to the 18, and there's 8 more yards. McDonald and Wiggins make the tackle. 27 carries for 235 yards. 2nd and 2, Rough Riders, 6:40, clock running, 24-21, Connally. And that defense for Connally, boy, you could tell they're getting tired. A lot of them, both teams have guys going both ways, but not Horace. 2nd and 2, Gunn, Hansen. Horace, 1st down, 15-10, inside the 10, 1st and goal at the 7. McDonald tripped him up. 6:19, they'll stop it. And he got 11 yards.
Yeah, and look, the turnover and the touchdown for Connally is going to be huge because they were already starting to get gassed. And here, it means that even if they give up a score here, they're still in the catbird seat to come back. But had they not gotten that, you could see how this 4th quarter was going.
6 minutes to go in the game, and center down 3, knocking on the door, 1st and goal at the 7. You know Horace, right? He gets the ball. Spins, left side, he will score, leans, missed tackle at the 3, touchdown, center. And they retake the lead, 27-24. All of that was Keamadre Horace.
And he had a little bit of a stutter step move that he used there that kind of caught the Connley defender frozen just enough to then hit the speed. And he is slow to get up every play because, as you can imagine, he is exhausted. But he is a fun player to watch, and now Connley needs a big answer.
Here's a huge critical extra point attempt by Gonzalez, and it is good. And Connley facing. Remember, this is either you win or you're done. 28-24 center with an amazing drive. And remember, a 4th and 1 inside their own territory, which they had to go for with 5:53 to go. Connley down 4 on 106.7 FM, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
Texas board-certified personal injury trial lawyer and Baylor alum David Willis and Baylor alum Parker Willis are ready to help if you or a loved one has been wrongfully injured in an auto accident, SUV rollover, industrial accident, 18-wheeler crash, or were seriously injured by a defective product or recalled drug. Call them for a confidential and free case consultation at 1-800-GOT-HURT or visit them at texastriallawyer.com, principal office in Houston, Texas.
That's a massive drive by center. They've had twice this half where they turned the ball over on downs and a fumble. Connley took advantage of it, but center, when they had to, with a monster drive to take the lead with 5:53 left, 28-24, and the kick coming for the Rough Riders from their 40.
Yeah, it was a 10-play, 69-yard drive, and it took just about 5 minutes off the clock, just short of it with 4:28. So, yeah, really, an excellent drive in that spot in the game after they lost the lead.
From the 40, they kick it very high, and it's Long. Will catch it at the 20. Marcus Long Jr., 25, Long 30, Long 35, Long 40, Long spins, he gets loose, Long 50, inside center territory. Marcus Long Jr. from the 20 to the 46 of center for 34 yards.
And I saw on Tuesday the cadets working on all these different kickoff scenarios that center throws at them. Sometimes they'll run out 2 kickers, and they really seem to have it down. Every time Shane Anderson asked them a question, they knew what to do, and you can see they worked on it hard, and it's paid off for them today.
The winner's going to get Sealy. They're winning 35-0 over Orange Field to start the 4th quarter. 5:41 left, double stack backs with Powell and Wisner with Gaither. This is Trey. Wisner bounces outside, tries to turn the corner. He got Preston there, and Preston runs him out of bounds. He got about 3. That's what Trey can do. He can take nothing and just use speed, but actually they're going to give him out to the down to the 42 for 4 yards at 2nd down and 6. Clock stopped with 5:35 to go.
And Connley can do pretty much whatever they want here offensively, as far as play calling goes. They don't have to throw the ball unless they get in a long situation.
Which they did, and just destroyed that last drive, and they had to punt from the 42-yard line of center. Powell to the right, Gaither looks to the sideline, Wisner to his left, and De La Fuente, and here's a flag, and they just waited too long, and that they are just not efficient enough on offense to overcome too many of the penalties. Tyler Chapter, that's 5 yards, and you're now 2nd and 11. You also lost it down, remember, because of the 4-yard run.
I'm with you on the self-inflicted wounds, but they don't need to be uptight right here. There's 5.5 minutes left, and you've got all the time in the world. You've got the downs. You can't afford to keep pushing yourself backwards unnecessarily, but Connally just needs to play their brand of ball right here.
They need a chunk here on 2nd and 11 at the 47 of center. Powell now is the lone back, and Gaither will take the snap and come to his right. Gaither, not much. Down inside the 45 to the 43. He didn't get much. He's not getting that extra oomph as center's really kind of stacking up that area. They've done a great job of watching the film, and it's 3rd down and 7 after Gaither picked up 4.
Again, look, they can run as long as you get positive yards and good. You can run on both plays here. So
you can, but you also are running out of downs. And time, 5 minutes left. They stack De La Fuente near side, 3rd and 6. This is Wisner up the middle. Trey, 40, Wisner 30. Look at him go, 20. Wisner inside the 20-yard line. Marquez Hall pushes him out at the 19, and that's a gain of 27 yards.
Yeah, and the majority of the offense, for each of these teams is two guys. But I mean, for Connally, it's KG and it's Wisner.
They have a chance to advance if Wisner is able to at least go off a couple of different times. I know that sounds simple. Now under 5 minutes as he stepped out of bounds with 4:53 to go, and Connley down 4 at the center 19-yard line. Wisner to the right of Gaither. Powell is out on this play. This is Kavion. Keeper right side, makes the first man miss, and he will be leaning down close to the 15. That's 4. Nice tackle by Colton Crawford, but Kavion was able to move him for another yard. 133 yards for Gaither on 26 carries. And there haven't been many long ones for him. It's been a tough night tonight for him to get loose. 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Clock is running. 28-24, center with the lead, and Connley at the center 14. They'll say the 15-yard line. Kaufman the center. Stack it up left side, wide side. Gaither off the left side. Kavion, I got about 3. Down to the 12. 4 minutes, clock moving. Ja'Cory Buckley, all 340 pounds of him. It's hard to move him. It is 3rd and 3 at the 12-yard line of center.
So, yeah, I like as a play caller, and I've never been one, but if I was, I would like these types of games where you know that, like, right now you've got 2 plays. Like, you're not coaching for a field goal, you're coaching for a touchdown, so it gives you a lot more freedom to do what you want to do.
And Shane Anderson's letting the clock run down, and I think he's going to take a timeout right here, which you hope you don't need later on. He walks down to the sideline to the 15-yard line and calls a timeout. 3:27 left, 28-24 center. It is 3rd and 3, Connley at the center 13-yard line. Man, you could feel the tension. The winner will play Sealy next week. Center 7-3 on the year. They have lost to Carthage. They lost to Jasper. Carthage is who got the forfeit win against Catesville in the by-district. Jasper's the team that China Spring will play tomorrow night. Jasper 9-1. Their only loss this year was to Carthage and played them better than anybody. And then also the other loss for Center early in the year was 63-62 to Tatum. Average 40 points per game. Connally averaging 30 points per game. Actually, Connally averaging 34 points per game because they played 9 games. Center was able to get in all 10. So here you go. You say you have 2 downs, and you do, and you hope you don't have to use that second one to get a first down. Come back in the field. Spurlark, who went down earlier, he's there. Poland's there. That's where your meat is on your offensive line. Powell with Wisner in the slot. Gaither from the 13-yard line. Keeper off the left side, and he is caught in the backfield and loses a yard. Marquez Hall. Boy, that's just a great play by center, and I don't know who it was who knifed through. It might have been Preston or Atkinson. And 4th and 4, Connley at the 14, and now the clock and everything matters with 3 minutes and counting.
Yeah, and look, he did well, Kavion Gaither did, to get back to where he was.
Here's the thing about what Shane's about to have to do. He's going to have to waste a timeout. So this is the ball game in some ways. 2 minutes and 49 seconds left, 10 seconds on the play clock, and if you use the timeout, which he's going to do here, you can only stop it one more time.
No
2:39, that's right. No, he's got a timeout left. Nope, this is it. You're right. This is his last timeout. Wow. So this is the ball game, and yet that doesn't mean you win if you pick up the first down. 4th down and 4. And the ball is just outside, actually, is 4th down and 3 at the center 13-yard line. Okay, guys, we'll let you make the play, huh?
Trey Wisner.
Yeah, I'm giving it to Wisner.
Around the edge like he's been doing all night long. Center hasn't really had an answer for that, and they seem pretty locked in on Gaither at this point. I mean, I know he's your guy. He's been your guy for, forever now, but they seem to be really keyed in on him, and they don't seem to have much of an answer for Trey.
And perhaps then maybe Trey on 3rd down would have been a better option, because then you don't know. You may not need the 4th down. Center has fought back. They've been down 3-0, 10-7. and then took the lead. Then Connley led at halftime by 3. Center got the touchdown from Horace to take the lead, and then Connley on the run by Wisner. It's 4th and 4 in the season, perhaps on the line for Connley at the 14 of center. Gaither in the gun. Gaither runs to his right side, and he will keep it, and he will lean to the 9. The ball came loose, and the Lions judge is going to say he was down, and it's a first down. Wow, Craig.
Well, first of all, where he's marking it, that doesn't look like a first down to me. It looks about a half a yard short.
Uh-oh.
He fumbled the ball. It rolled backwards. Connally recovered it, but this is going to be right on the line as far as the measurement goes, and it might be a little bit short from my angle right here.
All right, Craig is the one right down inside the 10. He leaned. The sticks are just barely inside the 20. The ball looks like it's a full half, at least a full football inside the 10. Am I right, Craig?
The sticks are about a yard inside, or about the 9-yard line.
Well, if it's at the 9, he's short.
Yeah,
if it's at the 9, you're short. It's about a ball. It's about at the 9.5-yard line. It's going to depend on the sticks, and Gaither leaned forward. The ball came loose, but the ball was created, the fumble, by the ground.
But this dramatic speed
Wow.
of the slow walk of the chain crew here.
They're going to stretch it. You'll know pretty quickly by center's reaction. They stretch the sticks out. It's first down. Good God, make a call.
I told you, dramatic effect.
Center's like, what in the world?
And they kind of should be, guys. I'm telling you, that did not look like it was going to be a first down, but hey, you'll take it. If you're Connally, obviously you'll take it.
The thing about the call was the official's a lefty, so you weren't expecting that. 1st and goal, 2:30 left. Connally down 4. They have to score to take the lead. 1st and goal from the center, 9.5, and Kavion Gaither stretched it out as far as he humanly could. He'll call the signals about 3 yards behind the center with Kaufman. Now goes back into the gun. Powell to his right from the 9. Snap to Kavion, right side. Kavion, Bulls down close inside the 5 to about the 3. Second and goal with 2 minutes left. And now center has to start looking at what they have with the timeouts. 28-24, center leads Connally. First down and goal on the run by Gaither. 2nd and goal now from the center 3. 145 yards for Kavion, and they've all been tough to come by. Nothing bigger than that 4.5-yard run. Minute 40. Minute 35. 2nd and goal from the 3. Down 4. 4th quarter. Gaither right side. Kavion leans and scores! Touchdown! And if you're center, that might be the best thing that happened with 1:25 to go in the game.
Yeah, you've got some timeouts if you're center, but
I know that sounds crazy.
I mean, you didn't want, if they had stopped doing another play, you're going to have to start taking it.
Gaither has scored now from the 7 and also from the 3. Here comes the extra point. Gives you a 3-point lead. 1:25 to go in the game. Center still has all 3 timeouts remaining. The snap from Torres Luna. The snap, the hold by Kavion. It's low, and the kick by Morales. Does it get over the crossbar? It does not. Ralph had to double clutch on the extra point, and now a field goal. If center gets in that position, can win the game. 1:25 left. Kavion pulled it up off the turf, and it had the double clutch. 30-28 Connally by 2. This is Sikkim 365 Radio 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
From the first workout to the last practice, sports is an incredible and rewarding challenge. Hi, this is Dan Ingham with the First National Bank of Central Texas, and we're proud to support each athlete, every parent, and our educators. From families, small businesses, to the biggest industry, we're here to help. With remarkable products like our free First mobile app, we've got banking ideas that fuel big dreams. That's the First National Bank of Central Texas. Familiar faces making local decisions.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Man, a lot of things could have happened on that last drive. Connally found a way, though, to take the lead and have a chance to go into the second round. With 1:25 to go, though, center has a chance. And the reason that they have been doing what they've done on the squib kicks, which Connolly's done a little bit of that anyway, is Hall has 2 returns for touchdowns. And we've seen why a couple of different times. So Connally kicks off from the 40, and Kavion Gaither leaned, and found the first down that Craig Smoke was right there for a bang, bang mark. And he got it. Morales will kick from the 40. Coverage team set. 5 on each side. Connally up 2 with 1:25 left. Morales with a line drive kick. Picked up at the 25. This is Hall. 25-30. Hall, 30-35. Hall, sideline. Hall comes back this way and finally knocked down. Are they going to let him go down at the 37-yard line? That's pretty good field position, though. Moving. Oh, you got to get careful if you're Connally. Some pushing and shoving.
Just threw a punch, and I think he might have got caught with the 15-yarder.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, and I don't know who that was, but that's just, you could see it going on, and the flag is down at midfield, and this is going to be 15 yards for center out near midfield. And Shane Anderson has to wonder, which is like, why?
I think I know who did it, but I'm not 100% positive, so I'm not going to even say. But I did happen to look over right as there was one of those after-play kind of tussles and saw.
Unless it's offsetting, but I don't think it is.
I saw one player throwing the punch, so, unless I missed it. Here we go.
It's a double foul. So, boy, did Connally dodge a bullet there as well. And it's sometimes you react and the official doesn't see who started it, so it's a huge difference in center at the 37 with 1:14 to go. That took 11 seconds off the clock. Horace in the gun with Hansen. Hansen looks over the middle deep. He's got a man. Hall, great coverage from Marcus Long and incomplete.
If I'm center right now, I've got a couple plays where I can feed the rock to Horace and see if he can break one loose. Hansen's all over the map when it comes to accuracy.
The first completion was gorgeous on the 4th down, right, to Hall, and since then it's been kind of high.
Or wide.
Second down, 1:09 left. Connally up 30-28 by district. The winner goes to play Sealy, and now movement on the line against center. Young men, you know what, I'm going to say this. I don't know how this ends, but I got to say this because we don't know if this is it for either team. One of them's not going to play anymore. Think about all the delays, the suspensions, and all the times these teams have been shut down, and all the stuff they've had to deal with and found a way to keep playing. And here you are with 1:09 left, and one is going to go home. 30-28. Connally leads by 2. Hansen in the gun. Horace to his right. Hansen takes the snap. No pressure. Over the middle. Pass is caught by Johnson at the 50. What a catch by Mikel Johnson, and unbelievable coverage by Paris Cox. At the 50-yard line, that's a pickup of 16 yards, and that's a great throw. You can say what you want, but that was a great throw. From the 50, back to throw. Hansen throws a deep fade down the sideline. Coverage incomplete. No flags. Second down. And there 52 seconds left. Paris Cox to third in coverage.
And there was way more contact on that play than the one we saw that drew a flag earlier. I'd say that.
That catch by Mikel Johnson was incredible, though. Over the middle, Cox was all over him, and they throw the deep fade. They got height receivers at 6'2" and 6 feet on the outside. 52 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Center down 2 at their 50. At the 50. There's both 50. Horace up the middle. Horace bounces outside right. Horace spins. 30-45, first down. And that's what you're talking about, Paul. He can give you 10. Cox made the tackle, but they got a first down. Stops the clock with 43 seconds to go.
We can give you more than 10, most of the time.
Leave has a player down, and it's Horace at the 40.
I told y'all earlier, when he scored that touchdown to take the lead, he's exhausted. He's their entire offense practically. There's been a couple throws here and there, but, he's certainly been their bell cow tonight, much like, Kavion Gaither typically is for Connally, just at different positions. But, young man's probably cramping a little bit. Wouldn't surprise me.
30 carries for 253 yards. We've seen power, we've seen speed, and we've seen him score 3 times. And he's up. And if you're center, do you take a timeout here? You probably do, don't you, to make sure you can keep him in the game if he can play?
Yeah, I think they did. Because they had 3, and now they're down to 2. So
43 seconds to go. Remember now, that extra point by Morales makes everything change this drive for center. I would let you know if Gonzalez's field goal range was 35 or 40, but I don't know because they don't keep kicking stats, which is kind of frustrating. But to each his own. And it's first down, center's at the 40, but that 15-yard catch by Mikel Johnson was just gorgeous and gave center the ball at midfield, and then Horace slides and glides for 10, and he does have the cramps. They're working on him as much as they can. Eventually, the timeout is huge if he can get up and walk.
Well, and they're stretching out both legs. I mean,
Well, and think about it, guys. It's not like it's cold. It's been
No,
humid,
you're right.
It's been hot, and it's not been what we kind of got used to there for a couple of weeks. So you add that in, and his 30 carries and extra effort and all that. He's, regardless of what happens with center, that's a fun player right there to watch. But he's really struggling trying to get up off the turf.
Yeah, eventually now it's an injury, so he can take as much time as you want, especially. But if you call the timeout, he can come back in.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe they'd save more time.
I think Horace on one leg's not bad.
No, I know, but if they took him off the field right now and let him stretch for a play, but I don't know. I'm not a trainer,
So center will have first down at the Connley 40, down 2, and they're going to have Horace. He's got that cramp where your legs get frozen and they feel like you got like needles going down, and you can turn around and have it right back too. Boy, what a player. 30 carries for Keamadre Horace. I've seen him a lot when it comes to Player of the Week nominations. 253 yards, and if he can come back on the next play, center has the ball. 43 seconds left. TJ Davis, let me tell you something about him. He can go too. 19 carries for 306 yards. From the 40, back to throw. Hansen, pressured, steps up, gets loose, throws it over the middle, incomplete. And he might have been over the line of scrimmage. But they say no, it's incomplete. Now 38 seconds to go. Hansen could have run for a little bit there.
I don't know what I guess trying to make a play, but I had the same thought. Just run out of bounds. You could have picked up about 9-10 yards from my vantage point.
38 seconds to go. 2nd and 10. Connley holding on to a 2-point lead in the by-district over center. Center at the Connley 40. Horace back in the game. Bounces. No, that's Davis. He gets loose. First down to the 30-yard line. I told you this guy averages 15 yards a carry. 31 seconds to go. First down, they'll move the sticks.
Well, and I know they don't keep kicking stats, but they only need a field goal.
Here comes the clock, 27, 25. Davis again, handoff right side, bounces right side, turns the corner, 30 to the 26-yard line, and a timeout center with 18 seconds to go. Boy, TJ Davis, who's just a sophomore, is probably their next star. And Davis got down to the 30, then picked up 5 more. A lot of stack of people around the ball at the 25 or 6-yard line. Ponder called the timeout. He's got 1 left, 18 seconds to go. Their kicker is Luis Gonzalez. We've seen him. He's done really well with the extra points. He's had plenty of leg. 18 seconds left. Connley 30 and center 28.
All right.
And still 1 timeout remaining for center.
Right here, there's no wind, as far as I can tell, right, Craig? It's not breezy outside.
No.
So it's 42 from right if they get no more yards in the next 17 seconds before they have to kick a field goal.
Yeah, and Hansen, who's been erratic, has been throwing that deep fade to try to get to Johnson or also to Evans. If you had a kicker that you knew could kick it from 35 or 40, you'd run that play again if you with a running back, whether it's Davis, who's a little shorter and not nearly as big, but it's kind of hard to find him. It might all come down to the fact that Markel Johnson made the catch on that 2nd down and 10, or actually was 2nd down and 11, was it not? At the 50-yard line that gave center a little momentum. Boy, what a game. It's a great football game. 30-28, Connley. Last time they met 2 weeks ago on the field, they had the overtime win. This one is as dramatic because the winner moves on to play Sealy. 2nd and 5, center. 18 seconds left at the Connley 25 right hash, down 2. Handoff. Davis up the middle, down to the 20. First down, he also stopped the clock, and that is huge because now there's 14 seconds to go. If you stop him short, they would have to maybe call a timeout or spike it. At the 19 of Connley, clock at 10. At 9, snap. Davis in the backfield, spins, gets loose to the 15-yard line. Timeout with 3 seconds to go. And here comes Gonzalez. How about the sophomore picking up the slack, though?
Yeah.
5 yards, and here comes the extra point, the field goal kicker. This would be a 32-yard attempt from the Connley 15-yard line, and neither team has a timeout left with 3 seconds to go. And the extra point that was no good is huge right now, and center can win it with a field goal.
How long did you say it would be?
I think 32 from the 15. You mark it back 7 plus 10. It'll be 32 yards.
Yeah, man.
And also Hansen, your quarterback, is who will hold it. Gonzalez, who might be the shortest man on the football field, what a kick for him. We just saw Connley 2 weeks ago on a Morales field goal from 32 yards send the game into overtime with no time left, right?
Yep.
If you're Connley, you must do one thing. Not give him any extra yardage. Don't jump off sides. Try to get the block if you can. And center can win it at the buzzer, or Connley advances. We'll let you know. The snap will come from the 15. 32 yards. Gonzalez, snap, kick is up. It's long enough, and the kick is good. Ball game. Center wins it. 31-30. Final. Gonzalez from 32 yards out. And the Rough Riders drive the length of the field to win it. And Connolly's season ends at 6-4. What a win. What an amazing finish, and what a devastating end of the season for the Cadets.
It really is. Well,
I mean, Gonzalez did not blink. Maybe the shortest player on the field, Craig.
I thought he missed it initially because he kind of was to the left, and I mean, that was about as close as you could possibly get. And, as you can imagine, Connally just completely deflated and just a brutal way. I mean, this is the way the postseason goes. You got to give center credit, but, man, this is going to be a tough one to live with for Shane Anderson and company, although they showed plenty of fight and have plenty to be proud of.
I hate that anyone had to lose. If you would have missed it, I would have hated it for him as well, because it's just such a great game. Ralph Morales, the kicker for Connley, is down on his knees at the 35-yard line on the bench side, and he is just beside himself. And what a game it was to start the playoffs. Center 31 and Connley 30 as Gonzalez kicks a 32-yard field goal to win it for the Rough Riders, who go to 8-3 on the year, and they will play Sealy next week in the second round of the 4A Division II playoffs.
And right now, Shane Anderson actually huddled up, but with the opposing team, talking to center right now as his players wait for him to come over, but looks like he's congratulating them and showing a lot of class in doing so just moments after, a devastating loss like that.
Shane Anderson, of course, at Connley, an alum. You know how much this hurts anytime you lose a game, but to lose like that, and every yard would have mattered. Now, that would have been good from longer than 32.
Yeah.
He had plenty of distance on it. Gonzalez, and the field goal kick is good from 32 yards, and now Shane comes on over to talk to his team, and Scott Ponder, the head coach at center, is with him, and they might be talking for a little while. Paul, that's just an absolutely tremendous game-winning drive to get in field goal position, and once you miss the extra point, it changed what center had to do to have a chance to win the game. It would have been the same scenario to maybe tie the game.
Yeah, and my heart hurts for Ralph Morales, who is, I got to talk to him this week, and you want to talk about a good kid and a guy who really worked hard at getting better at kicking and has a great attitude. I know that he's taken this on himself, and like in the moment, that's the one thing that happened. But there are lots of things that happen that lead to the fact that you lose a game. So it's not just that. And that's hard, especially in the moment for him to realize, because he had that shot and it didn't go his way. But they're here playing in this game and not against Jasper, and they're here playing against a team that they're probably a little more evenly matched against because of him too. So he was part of the reason that they're here this season, so we need to remember that as well.
Absolutely, great point. Absolutely great point, because he kicked the field goal to force the overtime to win the game in overtime, and then you needed Gaither to Bronche Miles, a 2-point conversion to win it 46-45. And Connley with a devastating end to their season and a huge win for Center. And the Rough Riders move into the second round. This game was back and forth. It was never, someone could never be comfortable, ever. And Connley falls 31-30 here at Madisonville at Mustang Stadium, and now Center will meet Sealy. And what a year it's been. And Shane Anderson with his hands crossed as he's talking to his football team. And Craig Smoke will speak with him. Parsons Roofing post-game interview with Shane Anderson. Kia Madre Horace with 253 yards on 30 carries, 3 touchdowns, and he wasn't even in the game the last 3 or 4 snaps as T.J. Davis was able to get 10, 5, and 5, and every one of those yards the sophomore was able to pick up was huge for Gonzalez in his field goal attempt.
Yeah, and you were right, that first down catch or whatever.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, that was, he had to lay out for it right in the middle of the field, and that kept the chains, kept the momentum going, kept the chains moving, and man, just, kind of at a loss for words. Shane Anderson seems to have plenty right now as he's, got to bring this season to a close. And you know what? This is going to be quite emotional because he's got a very important group of seniors led by none other than his quarterback, who's been the heart and soul of this team. So, yeah, just tough to see. Anytime you see somebody's season not ending a state championship, it's always tough to see, and especially in a style like that.
No question about it. He's trying to find the words, and he does. And Shane Anderson, came to his alma mater. It hasn't always been easy. Last year's team had JV on Sunday, and the Gaither, and they had Black and others, and Pullen, who's at Oklahoma State, so is Black, and JV on at Washington. You were loaded up with a lot of talent. They went 12-1 before they ran into that East Texas area that sometimes is just hard to get through with Gilmer and Pleasant Grove and Carthage. And tonight, it was Center, 8-3 on the year. 8-3 on the year after the win, 31-30. And you got it, the snap, the hold. Hanson, the quarterback, he just really got erratic. But when he had to make a huge throw, the 4th down touchdown in the first quarter, and the one at midfield, which was a throw that only one that could catch it. And Parrish Cox III was in great position on that play, but Mikkel Johnson just made a spectacular catch at midfield, diving to pick up the first down. Kia Madre Horace then had a run, and then they turned it over to T.J. Davis. That could have been a big deal. You have a new running back in, he maybe goes wrong way, but he's averaging 15 yards a carry, and he will be their star. And then you start to think about the seniors of this Connley football team. You start thinking about Kavion Gaither and what he's meant to this program. It's going to be hard for Kavion Gaither. Parrish Cox III, Marcus Long, who was big tonight, Bronche Miles, who caught the 2-point conversion to beat China Spring, Roman Fuentes, Morales, the senior kicker. Tough night for him. Isaiah Stevens, De La Fuente, and Rubio, Walker, Kobe Wilson, crazy Kobe Wilson in a fun-loving way, Sora as well, E.J. Torres Luna, Lerma, and then also Kobe Gray, who couldn't play tonight, along with Jermaine Spurlock, Torrey Pullen, and Cody Kaufman on the offensive line. And these guys have just played their last high school football game, and they lose 31-30 to Center. I'm going to keep it here, Paul. Okay. I know, because at any time Shane could close it down. Let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and do the stats. We'll pick up on the sponsors' billboards later on. 263 yards of offense for Connley. Center finished with 356 yards, almost even in the first and second half. Connley had 101 yards of offense in the second half. It came hard to come by. They got the fumble that led to a short field. Kavion Gaither finishes with 31 carries for 156 yards. Wisner, 9 carries for 73, 2 scores. Powell had 8 carries for 29, and also Long, 1 carry for 9. Kavion Gaither was 2 for 3 passing, minus 4 yards today. They could not throw the ball. That did hurt them, and 263 yards of total offense. For Center, 356 yards of offense, 285 on the ground. 253 of that was Kia Madre Horace on 30 carries and 3 touchdowns. T.J. Davis, 4 carries for 25 yards on the final drive. Hansen had 4 carries for 7, and he also had the fumble. Meanwhile, Hansen passing the football was 7 of 16 for 71 yards. The big of that was the 34-yard score, and the pass to Johnson for 16. 356 yards for center and 263 yards of offense for Connley. Fumble recovery was made by Weathers. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought there. Aquavion Weathers with a fumble recovery that led Connally to a touchdown, and Craig Smoke with Shane Anderson in our post-game interview. As he gets a couple of more words, brought to you by Parsons Roofing. I know, Craig, you're waiting for Shane, who turns around from his players, and it's just got to be so tough for him right now, as that season ends at 6-4. A season that they battled and never lost a game. As far as where people weren't able to play, they played right straight through it.
Coach, an incredible football game, incredible playoff game here. Unfortunately, you guys on the losing end of this one, you just got done addressing your team. I know it's tough anytime the season ends. Just kind of your thoughts on tonight and the season wrapping up.
Just extremely proud of our kids and our coaches. You know, all the adversity that we've had to come through, just this season, and as bad as this feels, you got to feel for a team like Gatesville that didn't even get an opportunity to do this tonight. And you got to be blessed and you got to be thankful. And, we're healthy. Our kids are great kids. They played extremely hard. And, we knew coming into this deal, the last 2 years, that first round's been a little, weaker opponent. And, you coming into that East Texas district with Carthage, Jasper, and these guys. And their 2 losses were to Carthage and Jasper. So we knew we had a fight on our hands. And, you can sit there and go back and forth, but at the end of the night, you got to tip your hat to those guys. They got it done.
For sure, and what fight your guys showed tonight. I mean, they had plenty of opportunities where maybe they allow it to snowball a little bit, but the 4th down, converting there by an inch practically. I mean, various plays throughout the night. Your guys left it all out here.
We did. Like I said, that's a dang good football team. That running back's a dang good football player. Their offensive line, and our kids matched them, never flinched. We fought hard for 4 quarters, and that's all you can ask. Like I said, and 2020 COVID year, whatever you want to call it, it's just part of it. Just think of how many people didn't have this opportunity, and that's what I just got to keep telling myself and telling these kids how blessed and how thankful we are to have that opportunity.
Along with that, what do you think of when you kind of, I know it's immediate reaction here, but when you think of this season, when you think of this team, I know the importance of guys like Kavion Gaither and your seniors. Just what are kind of your thoughts on the season?
The senior class has had a hell of a ride. 3 playoff appearances in a row, a district championship last year, runner-up this year. Consistent group of young men that left it all on the line and did everything we asked them to do. And like I told them a while ago, we're going to be forever indebted to that senior class. You look back at this program, 10, 15 years down the road, it's going to be a group that you remember, and KG is going to go down as one of the best players in school history.
Coach, where do you go from here? Do you get to catch a little bit of a breath, or you kind of just think on tonight? Kind of what's your next move?
Well, like I told the kids, the bad part is on the way down here today, they shut down our high school because COVID cases were so much. It wasn't going to affect us, so we were going to get to keep our extracurriculars going. But school is remote. So once we see these guys, once we send them off tonight, we're not going to see them again until after Thanksgiving, hopefully. So, but we're a tight-knit group. We're a tight-knit community. They know where I live. They know, my number, all these coaches' numbers. They're going to reach out to us if they need something. We're always going to be here for them. We're going to take care of them, and just all we can do is just, sit back and say a prayer for all these, teams that are still playing, that they can keep it out of their program and that they can keep playing and be thankful that we got to play, 10 games.
Who would have thought right back in the summertime that 10 games later, and I know it ends too soon for you, but I want to say, I know that they'll probably have some words to say to you later, but we can't thank you enough for letting us be a part of this ride. China Spring victory is the high and the low tonight, but there's been so many great moments and so many great games, and you've been awesome, and we just are very much appreciative to have been a part of this.
You are the best in Central Texas, if not the state of Texas, and I was extremely thankful when we got the opportunity to bring you guys on board, and like I said, y'all helped me promote this program. Y'all helped me take another step, with my program, and I'll be, indebted to you guys, and I appreciate y'all so much. Thank y'all, guys.
Thank you, Coach. Appreciate you, and we'll definitely talk to you very soon. Thank you, Coach.
That's Shane Anderson, and you have to know him to know him. And you saw him tonight address the opposing team that just ripped his heart out in a 31-30 game and a field goal with no time left. And he goes to address them and then spends the time with his team and then gives Craig the time. And we appreciate that. And Shane is as fun to be a part of on many ways as you can possibly imagine. And I wish he could have written a book about what coaches have to deal with, not just this COVID, just in general, because it would be an absolute Texas high school football bestseller.
I'll tell you this. He said he's indebted to us. Well, we're indebted to him because, we didn't know what school we were going to do. A few months ago, we didn't know if we were going to be doing high school football. And here we are, Connley. He made sure that we had a great experience, and I'll forever be thankful with Shane Anderson for that.
Unbelievable. Great words, Paul. I can't add anything other than that. You're right. 31-30, the final. Great game here tonight at Madisonville. Great setting here at Madisonville. Thanks to a lot of people. I'm not wrapping it up, but I want to make sure I say it now. Rusty Nail, we appreciate Rusty, the athletic director here at Madisonville. Also thanks as well to the football coach, Russell Urbanky. He helped us quite a bit today as well. And so many others that were a part of this, including Travis Raspberry and Will Watson, who helped us get set up here at Mustang Stadium. We've given you the stats. When we come back, we'll give you the highlights and also update scores around the state. 31-30, what a game. Center wins by 1 at the buzzer. Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
Texas board-certified personal injury trial lawyer and Baylor alum David Willis and Baylor alum Parker Willis are ready to help if you or a loved one has been wrongfully injured in an auto accident, SUV rollover, industrial accident, 18-wheeler crash, or were seriously injured by a defective product or recalled drug. Call them for a confidential and free case consultation at 1-800-GOT-HURT or visit them at texastriallawyer.com, principal office in Houston, Texas.
Mazana Construction is celebrating 52 years as an award-winning, family-owned and operated business excelling in general construction and construction management. Mazana Construction is proud to support Connally ISD's tradition of excellence in education and athletics, including owners calling Connally High their alma mater, Vicky Mazonic, class of 1974, and Aaron Miner from the class of 2002. Mazana Construction, celebrating 50-plus years by building trust with quality work. MazanaConstruction.com.
First Central Credit Union has expanded our playbook. Ready to kick off as a first-time home buyer? Having a hard time making the first down? First Central's open-door mortgage loans up to 95% of the appraised home value. Our starting lineup includes low closing costs, no points, low origination fees, flexible terms, and competitive rates. Thinking about mortgage refinancing? This way works for you too. Apply online at firstcentralcu.com. We are opening doors to home ownership at First Central.
Some restrictions apply. Rates subject to change. Equal housing lender. Member NCUA.
Have you seen the bleachers and grandstands at Baylor University, McLennan Community College, throughout Waco, Midway, Riesel, Martz, Marlin, La Vega, and Connally ISD? They all have one name in common, Steel, an industry-leading fabricator of engineered seating solutions. There's no substitute for knowledge and experience. Steel has both, with more combined experience in the business than anyone else in the industry. Steel is quality from the ground up. We don't just build grandstands and bleachers, we build trust. Steel.com.
You want to know why Stonewood Dental is so successful? Listen to what happy customers have to say.
It's pleasant. It's different than any other dentist office. I really feel like they care. And it's not that you're here for 2 hours waiting on someone to take care of you. It's quick and easy, and I bring my kids, and my kids love being here too. They really love the treasure box. Staff is really nice and accommodating, real friendly. You feel more like home. It's not sterile looking. Everybody has their own personalized rooms with decorations and decor, and they'll even have a blanket for you when it's cold. I've recommended people to actually come here, and they are patients now. I really love it here. It feels like family.
Learn more, stonewood-dental.com.
Tonight's game highlights are brought to you by Stonewood Dental. Stonewood Dental is your one-stop shop for all your dental needs, and your comfort is our priority at stonewood-dental.com.
All right, here we go. 31-30. Center wins it on a last second with no time remaining field goal by Luis Gonzalez. How did we get to that point? Well, it opened with a field goal. Connally on their opening drive, 5 minutes off the clock, went 10 plays, 49 yards. Kavion Gaither with 5 carries on the drive set up Ralph Morales for a 26-yard field goal attempt. The snap, looks like someone jumped off sides. No flags, and there's Morales with the kick, and the kick is up, and it is good. 26 yards out, Morales with the field goal, Connally up 3-0. Center would respond, took 2:25 off the clock. They went 55 yards in 6 plays, fourth down center at the Connally 34-yard line. In the shotgun, Hansen, no pressure, over the middle, man, wide open, Hall at the 10, touchdown, Rough Riders. Hansen had no pressure, and Marcus Hall with a wide open on a post. 34 yards on the catch, and Hall had to take the last maybe 15 yards. Split the secondary. He was wide open. 7-3 center with 4:11 to go in the first quarter. It was an electric first quarter. Connally bounces right back. They go 58 yards and take less than 2 minutes off the clock to reclaim the lead. Wisner to the left, Pohl to the right. Wisner up the middle. He will score. Touchdown, Connally. Trey Wisner, like a bullet, as I've said before, through a keyhole. 8 yards from Wisner, extra point. Morales was good. 6 plays, 58 yards, 2:33 to go first quarter, and Connally regains the lead. And you knew this was going to go back and forth, and it was. And then center gets the ball. Nice kick return to the 46-yard line, and it took them just 2 plays and 44 seconds to respond and retake the lead. And here's the snap and hold off. Here goes Horace. He might be gone. Gaither has to try to chase him down, and he will not. 2 plays, touchdown. 54 yards. Kia Madre Horace is a phenomenal player. Minute 45 to go in the first quarter. 14-10, center back in front. And then the two teams basically evaporated the second quarter. Connally got the ball back with a minute 45 to go in the first quarter, and they went on a 13-play, 68-yard drive, all of it on the ground, and it took nearly 8 minutes off the clock from the 7-yard line of center. Here's Gaither, pump, gets loose, right, 5, inside the 5, leans, touchdown! He slammed the ball across the end line for a touchdown for a tough 7-yard run. Extra point Morales was good, and that took 7 minutes and 45 seconds off the clock. 17-14, Connally leads by 3. Center would then take the rest of the half, the last 5 minutes and 52 seconds off the clock, and went on a 15-play drive. They got across midfield and then eventually backwards, and they lost the last 25 seconds of game time with 2 false starts, and they ran out the clock down by 3. Third quarter, center, opening possession of the third quarter. They open the ball after Connally fails on 4th down. At their own 35-yard line, Kavion Gaither was wrapped up for a loss, and it took 1 play for center. They just got a nice jab to the maybe midsection, and they went for the haymaker. Now, Hansen, can they take advantage of it? He gives it to Horace. Horace is stuck. Here he goes, 30, sideline 20, 15, Kia Madre touchdown. 1 play after the 4th down blow-up. So a big 4th down stop by center. When they went for it, Connally did at their own 35-yard line, and Horace tight ropes after getting the corner and shows tremendous power, speed, and balance. And it's 21-17, center back up front, 5:18 to go third quarter. It would stay that way. Connally would get the ball back, though, on a fumble from center. After the fumble led to Horace's touchdown, center dropped it on the turf at the 30, and Connally takes advantage. This is Hansen, keeper, ball on the ground. Connally recovers. Wow! At the 30. Hansen went to hand the ball off to Horace and fumbled the ball at the 30-yard line, and Connally down by 4 with the football, and it takes 4 plays to get in. Gaither, Wisner, bounces right. He will score! Touchdown! Just inside the pylon. Wisner's second touchdown of the night, 2:40. A 10:40 to go in the game, and Connley back in front, 24-21, a 4-play, 30-yard drive. And then center. Both teams had long, sustaining drives to get touchdowns. They showed lightning-quick opportunities, too. Center responded after the fumble and went 10 plays and 69 yards, and now at the 5-yard line of Connally. All at the 7. You know Horace, right? He gets the ball. Spins, left side, he will score. Leans, missed tackle at the 3, touchdown, center. And they retake the lead, 27-24. Horace just absolutely almost willed his team on that drive. He showed unbelievable amount of stamina. At 28-24, center, 5:53 to go, extra point was good. And then Connally got it back. And they had a nice kickoff return. They start the drive at the center 46-yard line after a Marcus Long return of 34 yards, and it was not easy. They had to convert a 4th down, and somehow Kavion Gaither stretched the football within inches of the first down. Fourth quarter, Gaither right side, Kavion leans and scores! Touchdown! And if you're center, that might be the best thing that happened with 1:25 to go in the game. Well, the extra point, though, was no good. The snap seemed to be low, or Gaither didn't come up with it very well. Either way, Morales had the double clutch, and it was short. 30-28 with 1:26 to go. That 3-yard touchdown run was after Gaither somehow continued the drive on 4th down and 3.5. That was by inches, stretching the sticks to keep the drive alive. And I said that might have been the best thing that could have happened to center because it gave them 1:26 left. They start the drive at the they start their drive at the 34-yard line. They pick up a first down on a 16-yard throw to Mikel Johnson, sprawling out at midfield on a throw from Hanson with Parrish Cox there. Horace picks up 10, goes out with cramps. They bring in the sophomore T.J. Davis. T.J. Davis, the sophomore, comes in under the gun, picks up 10, picks up 5, picks up 5, picks up 5. So come down to this. This at the 10-yard line of Connally, 3 seconds to go in the game.
The 15.
Excuse me, at the 15-yard line of Connally, 3 seconds to go in the game. 30-28, Connally up by 2, and here comes their kicker into the game. For center, Luis Gonzalez. The snap will come from the 15, 32 yards. Gonzalez, snap, kick is up, it's long enough, and the kick is good. Ball game. Center wins it. 31-30. Final. Gonzalez from 32 yards out. And the Rough Riders drive the length of the field to win it. 9 plays, they drive 48 yards to the 15. It's actually 63 when you count the 15. And it's just an amazing game. As dramatic as the Connally win was against China Spring 2 weeks ago, it was just as dramatic and a gut-wrenching loss tonight that this one ended their year. 31-30, they finished at 6-4. Those are the highlights. We'll come back and wrap it up from Madisonville. Center 31, Connally 30. Sikkim 365 Radio, 106.7 FM, The Eagle.
The Sikkim 365 Radio High School Football Showcase is sponsored by the U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company at GoArmy.com or 254-598-8131.
Stepping into a new pair of boots is great, but stepping into the boots of a U.S. Army officer can also add confidence and leadership skills to your son or daughter's career path. There are more than 150 occupational specialties to help them find the best fit for their future. See all the things your son or daughter can achieve in our boots at GoArmy.com. U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, 254-598-8131 or 254-776-1543.
It was broad daylight. I stepped into a gas station for 5 minutes to grab a snack, and just like that, my car was broken into. They made out like a bandit. My laptop, my phone, everything. I called my agent to see what could be done, and he restored my faith in humanity. My claim was processed so quickly, and I was able to recover my losses.
Stop by and see our agents at one of our 3 McLennan County locations.
Coverage and discounts are subject to qualifications and policy terms and may vary by situation.
Sikkim 365 Radio's coverage of Texas high school football is sponsored by Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, protecting Texans for over 50 years. J.D. Power, highest customer satisfaction among auto insurers in Texas, 9 years in a row.
So many people to thank, and we will here to close out the Connley football season at 6-4. The record's somewhat deceiving. They lost to Springtown, who's rolling in their by-district. They'll probably go 3 or 4 rounds deep and maybe longer in 4A Division I. We know La Vega, with Abra Rawls back, Abra Rawls the third back, they're about to make a deep run as well. They might even play Springtown in the quarters again this year. And then the loss earlier to Salado. We'll see what they do as they open up their game, their playoffs tomorrow night. Salado will start with Rusk, and then eventually in this region, no matter who wins even tomorrow between China Spring and Jasper, which should be one heck of a shootout, West Orange Star, Carthage are down there. So is this team center, and so are the teams I just mentioned who play tomorrow night. Some of the other games around Central Texas, and there were some blowouts tonight, but some of the other playoffs game, West hammered Kemp 62-6. This one here, 31-30 Center. Bosqueville 72, Marlin 8. Toller, late in the game against Dawson, down leads by 3, 45-42. Chilton, man, they've gotten a really nice start to the playoffs, beat Detroit, or Detroit as they say it, 52-14. Strawn, game was called 46-0 over Walnut Springs. That is a final as well. Franklin 58, Van Vleck 19, fourth quarter. Goldthwaite trails Hawley 34-20 in the fourth. And it's Timpson leads Frankston 66-7 in the fourth quarter as well. Buffalo tied 27 apiece with Rice in the fourth quarter. Calvert 52, Dimebox nothing. That's a final. And let's see, a couple of more scores from the Central. Lampasas rolls over Uvalde 61-14. Rice beaten tonight 62-0 by Gunner. That is not a surprise, as Gunner is very, very, very good. And Holland 28-20, very tight. Knew that would be a good one. They beat Centerville 28-20. Also, Thorndale ended up just hammering, Leon, ended up hammering Thorndale. I thought I had the final there, but I guess I don't. Let me try to find that, because that was a Central Texas game, and Thorndale was rolling in that game earlier. See if I can find it. Yeah, 40-27 now Leon in the fourth quarter. That one's still not quite over. All right, Paul, wrap it up from here. Do we have another break after this?
No, we can.
Okay.
We're good.
31-30. We have seen 13-10 against La Vega, 17-7 to Springtown, 20-15 to Salado, and 31-30. All of those, they were winnable games, but at the same time against good people. You cannot make mistakes, but both teams tonight made mistakes. Both teams lost the ball inside their 30 because of the 4th and 1 that Connley didn't come up with, and the fumble by Center. This was just a great football game in the state playoffs in Texas.
Yeah, and it's about par for the course for what Connolly's season was. You mentioned how they lost. Look, if Connally was going to lose a game, it was going to be like this. It was going to be a slobber knocker. It was going to come down right to it, and that's what happened. They really fought hard all year long. The record does not indicate how good this team really is. I'm not going to say was. This team is a good team, and can pretty much hang with anybody they play. Look, if they're going to play Sealy next week, they're going to hang with Sealy. They're going to hang with people, and it just didn't go their way tonight. And just want to say thanks again to Shane Anderson and the whole staff and everybody. Question. It's been a great year. So
you heard his emotions with Craig, Allen Samuels, Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, Southwest Sports Medicine, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, McLennan County Agents, Southwest Sports Medicine, Parsons Roofing, also Ideal MRI, First Central Credit Union, the sponsor of our games, and we cannot thank Chewy, Hector, and also JC enough for allowing us to be on their radio station. We have some other plans as we move forward. We were hoping it would include Connley, and thanks to Bill McCutcheon as well. First Central Credit Union, we appreciate them. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, the Willis Law Firm, Stonewood Dental, also a part of what we do. Also, and these were the 5 that came from the very beginning Thanks to Shane Anderson and also these great sponsors, Masonic Construction, Sturda Steel, Graham Properties, Parsons Roofing, and American Bank. First National Bank of Central Texas, Richard Carr, Buick, GMC, Cadillac. We appreciate all of them. Texas Tour Gear for our equipment with the sideline reports as well. And everyone that has been a part of what we've done with this. And, oh, by the way, Marvin Roach, attorney at law, who came to me, called me and said, hey, I want to be a part of Connley football. Marvin, thank you so much along the way with everybody else. For Paul Catalina, for Deontay Epps back at our studio, for Ryan Davis and Craig Smoke, I'm David Smoke. The final score in Madisonville, center in a classic 31, Connley 30, final. Good night on 106.7 FM, KIXT, The Eagle, and Sikkim 365 Radio.
You've been listening to Connally Cadets Football on Sikkim 365 Radio and 106.7 FM, The Eagle. Presented by Masonic Construction, building trust with quality work since 1969. Sturda Steel spectator seating for grandstands, bleachers, and press boxes with design, engineering, and fabrication at SturdaSteel.com. American Bank, face-to-face banking. State-of-the-art technology, local decisions. Parsons Roofing, it's not just a roof, it's our reputation. And Texas Farm Bureau Insurance, U.S. Army Waco Recruiting Company, and Southwest Sports Medicine. Connally Cadets Football is also sponsored by
Allen Samuels Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat, the First National Bank of Central Texas, Petty Clinic Low T, the Willis Law Firm, Graham Properties, Richard Carr Motors, Halo Athletic Center, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, First Central Credit Union, Camille Johnson Realty, Boozer's Jewelers, Bird Culchin Ford.
It's an incredible, the amount of money and effort that the partners, Ashley and Colt and Brian have put into this, thanks to our great sponsors, is amazing. We've never been a part of it. I did TV for almost 20 years, but this has been fantastic. It really has been. I love it. It's interesting, Paul, because that screen that we can see makes a huge difference because we didn't have that for a long time.
No, I know.
It's like a teleprompter video.
It makes me very aware of everything that we're doing, which before you kind of just still think you're on the radio without people watching you.
And it's basically real time. Sometimes there's a slight delay. It's absolute real time.
Did you do this so you could tell?
I could.